Here we go. There we go. Let me put headphones down. So I like to listen to the music as well before the stream starts. Reminds me of just reminds me of better times in the films, you know. So Scream 2 being my favourite anyway. Scream 2 being my favourite. It was, I don't know, it was just a nice return after such a bloodbath in the bloody first one. But yeah, Dewey theme as we call it, Broken Arrow or Brothers. It takes to make, doesn't it? All these people in the chat that know the brother. The name of the actual track originally was Brothers from Broken Arrow. But yeah, bloody hell. What the hell is going on today, man? What the hell? It's this area where I am, in bottom of Nottingham, it's like somebody's just plonked up a firework factory next door and just dropped a bomb in the damn thing. Jesus Christ. It's going to sound wrong, but there's a lot of banging going on. But not in that way, you know. Not in that way. There's a lot of bangs, there's a lot of fireworks, there's a lot of whistling and fizzling and cracking just outside. And I mean, we're not really next to a field as such. The next street is, but we aren't. But I suppose, I don't know, anywhere there's a place to let off fireworks, Jesus Christ, they're doing it tonight. But yeah, that's what she said. Oh man, God. This is the 4th day off of, you know, my days off, and work tomorrow morning at 7 a.m, which is fine because it used to be 4 a.m. But honestly, it's been a funny 4 days. It's been a fucking funny 4 days. Last night, my God. Last night was such a weird mix. Went to the local, well, I wouldn't say local pub, but I went to a pub that I like to go to from Auf Wiedersehen Pet, 80s TV show. And I get it, and there's this lady just walking by. She's like this. She just looking at me really weird. I'm like, and I'm thinking, what's the matter? What have I done? And I was like this, in this hoodie and this bloody hat. And she's probably thinking, who's that damn weirdo, I tell you. And to look at her, she had like a heavy metal black hoodie on and like a beanie on. And it was like his and her bloody hoodie shop, honestly. I was like, wow. Anyway, they started talking across the bar to each other. And turned out they were Canadian. And I didn't personally talk to them. She was looking at me like I was COVID or something. Like, I was like, it's alright, you know, don't worry. I'm just here on my own. One of the sad bastard loners in the pub that gets get out the house. But yeah, went there to the pub. Just had a couple of drinks. I don't drink anyway. And just to get out, have some fresh air. And, you know, just sort of be away from noise in this place sometimes. Which can be quite excessive depending on what's going on with the ex. Even so, yeah, it was later on into the night, I was messaging a very nice lady called Hope, and Jesus, a couple of messages about Ghostface knives and this, that and the other, and ended up having a bloody long chat. And the word that come at the end of it was wow. Jesus, man. Oh, you son of a bitch. Just aching. But is this, hang on a minute, this radiator, I think all the bangs have calmed down now. No, I don't think the radiator's on, because I can feel it getting hot in here. We've only been here 3 minutes. Anyway, I've had a couple of messages off RJ, and a couple of confirmations to put fans at rest. And we're going to go through some of the upcoming new items for 2023. Now, yesterday, this prick, I remember this prick, and quoting Auf Wiedersehen Pet there, Series 2. But this is a Ghostface stream, so let's carry on. But quoting, yeah, I remember this prick. We're just going to go through what this prick did on Instagram yesterday. And Instagram yesterday, basically, I gave some updates. as to what's going on and what's coming. And the fact that on the Fun World website there's a load of new stuff that's on the way, but half of them just says image coming soon. So we're going to go through a couple of little bits with you, give you some confirmations as to facts that I've found out. He's allowed me to confirm just a couple of things, but there's other things that we just haven't got images for, and there's no stock photos on the site yet to see what the hell we're getting. But yeah. Oh, hello, talk of the devil. I do hope. But yeah, there's another long chat due very soon as well, I tell you. Another long chat, but yeah. But sometimes, how can I put it? Sometimes in life, unexpected things happen, you know. Unexpected things happen, and last night was a very big, amazing, unexpected thing. To have a hell of a good chat about all sorts of things with a beautiful lady. I was like, Jesus Christ, am I breathing and living this? Was it a bleeding dream? And honestly, it felt like a bloody dream. And I woke up this morning thinking, did that honestly happen? Was it real? And really, yeah, it seemed surreal at the time, you know, because that doesn't normally happen in my life. It's simple as that. It's very very rare, to say the least. Anyway, hopefully I'll catch up with Hope very shortly, I hope. See, the word hope just keeps coming in there, but it's hope with a lowercase h, not a capital. Not a capital. There's certain facts I do remember, but it's good. It's good. Right, let's have a look then. Let's see if we can. I really want the Dewey music on, you know, but I'm not sure how much trouble I could get into for having it on the stream so much. But I just want that Dewey music on. So let's go to browser view and let's show you what's going on, if you haven't seen already, on Funworld's site with regards to new items. And we'll give you a couple of confirmations as to little hints of good news and things that fans are going to want, you know. So, you know, there's stuff coming up that people are going to be very happy with, and there's other things coming up that we've just got no clue what they're going to look like because of image coming soon. So we will see. We will see. Oh yeah, I definitely know where to find you. What is it now? 8:25 almost. Yeah, about 11:30. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on. All right, so let's get to the browser view. There we go, and let's get the correct setting for the window capture. Here we go. So, here we go then. This is where I can talk and show you what exactly is going on and what exactly we're going to be getting with regards to images that we can see at least. So basically we go up here and we just go new 2020-23, and yeah, remember that it's Easter Unlimited ink as well, so you're going to see a few bunnies and a few things related to Easter, of course. But what the hell is this? There you go, we've got the first question mark. What is that? A plastic chainsaw or something? Realistic, lightweight, great prop, cool costume accessory. Anyway, the other day, as we carry on, I watched Chainsaw Massacre the other night, the more recent one, just to see what I would make of it, and yeah, I was quite surprised. It was okay for a Netflix production. Not that there's anything wrong with Netflix, but yeah, I was surprised. I was very surprised. There we go. Phone pinging. Right, so what's this? Easter home. But I'm just making sure we're not missing anything that may have even been added on this weekend. I don't know. But holiday plate greeters, blah 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 blah. Eggs, more eggs, and a speckled basket. Oh my god. I think there's one more page been added over time. But here we go. We're finally going to get to something that's going to be of interest. So, here we go. Now this is new for 2023, of course, but this is not new for Clive Barzilia, aka Burtbench Designs. This is what is now named as the Banshee gauze mask. Now whether this was Clive's suggestion or RJ's or whatever, I don't honestly know. But as it is on the website now, here we go. This is the Banshee as it's been introduced to us by Funworld. The new one is poop. Let me just say hello to people before I've got all these names. We've got Carl, we've got Rick, we've got Jigsaw, we've got Stefan, Norwegian Scream, we've got Sonic, as in Miguel, we've got Broken Wings, as in Hope, Darky Darko, just to give full credit where it's due, Darky was on my game stream the other night. I did a first stream to Twitch for the first time in ages the other night with 2 games, one called Wanted Raccoon, which can be fun. Can be, and then DVD, Dead by Daylight of all games, one of the most impact-related games on my life, I tell you, in many bloody ways. But let's not start about that one. But Darky was in the chat and he just said, "Oh, make sure you look at 2023 Funworld link because there's some bits been added there." So full credit to Darky Darko for just reminding me, and credit where it's due. I always credit people. It's simple as that. But Darky was like, yeah, go on 2023, go and have a look. A couple of new bits. This was one of them. But hello to Andrea, Mr. Douglas. Been listening the whole time. How you doing, Douglas? Good to see you. But yeah, Andrea, White Shroud is also cool. Trying to charge my headset so I can possibly hop on. Yeah, there's a possibility we could get Douglas on the stream. We'll see what happens. His phone's been playing up, to say the least, so he's struggling to possibly join, but we'll see what he does. But after acknowledging the chat, let's continue. Banshee Ghost Mask Adult. So this is like going back in time in a way, isn't it? With regards to the shrouds. As we all know, earlier vintage masks, Peanut-Eyed Ghosts, Weeping Ghosts, whatever you want to call them, they had white shrouds and they had black shrouds. It's really nice just to see these come back again, you know. For once, we've got a nod to the past, a little hint of what used to be. And even though it's not a ghost face mask or any of the other, I don't know, ghouls, so to speak. Sorry, my Pepsi's coming up. But even though they're not the other ghouls and it's a completely new mask, it's so nice just to see a white shroud back, you know. So it looks to be very similar style to what the shrouds used to be with the streamers down the side. But I mean, a stock image is just a stock image, but there you go. So, yeah, I do have one of these masks. One of the originals from Clive, actually. In fact, I should have brought it on, shouldn't I? We'll show it when I go back off the browser onto the normal camera. Someone remind me to show it, and I'll show you one of the masks. But I have got one of these. So, one of the confirmations tonight that RJ, or should I say Frank, has confirmed. We're talking about Frank McGovern, one of the product designers at Funworld. So one of the confirmations is this will be a plastic mask. It's simple as that. Not going to be vinyl rubber, not going to be vinyl PVC separately, not going to be latex separately. Just going to be a plastic mask. Now Clive originally made these as the same thing, solid plastic mask. If you get into a discussion with Clive about plastic masks, be prepared to get your pillow out because you could be talking for a while. And he will tell you all the advantages of plastic masks and why they're good and why they're better than EU stamps and Fantastics, etc., etc. Me and him could go back and forth all bloody night. But in essence, yeah, we've got other plans. We need to catch up with Hope. But yeah, plastic masks with Clive as a subject. Yeah. It's you can get into details, and it's not bad. It's not debating or anything. It's not going against each other. I'll just say, yeah, plastic mask, yeah, forget it, waste of time. They go, no, they're good for this and they're good for that. I'm like, it's okay. I don't mean it. But yeah, me and him can talk about plastic masks. Gordon Bennett. As we last had a talk about plastic masks, my car started to rust. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, it went on a bit. So yeah, I've seen a bit then, Clive. I got to go repaint my wing on my car. But overall, Clive's a good one anyway. He's one of the good people. And yeah, these days, those people can be a bit rarer. Can be. They're not super rare, but yeah, You got to choose and pick particular people these days. So here we go. This is so we've gone down to some Ghostface items here. Seems that there's a couple more been added, I think. But this is where we start coming into the descriptions and blocks of text, and that's all it is. So here's something that's coming that obviously hasn't been put into the pictures yet with a stock image. So it just says here, Ghostface 62.5-inch hooded cape, or hooded scene cape, adult hooded scene cape. What the hell is that? Wrist loops, hooded cape, dramatic scene print. So this is something with some sort of scene on it that you wear, and it's Ghostface. I don't know. It's very strange, isn't it? What the hell is this thing? What's it going to be? What's it going to look like? So yeah, item number 90522. I don't know. But adult size, it comes in a pack of 6 if you're a retailer, and fits up to 6/200 pounds. So if you're a big son of a bitch, it's going to cover you from the sounds of it. So image coming soon. So there's a couple of these image coming soon, as you can see. This next description was very confusing on the first read, I must say. I did put this on the end of the game stream the other night with a little window of the Fun World website. But yeah, the Ghostface fence face. What the hell? Fence face of a Ghostface. How the hell does that work? So it includes a hand with a knife image, okay, a face image, and 3 clips and straps. That sounds dodgy, doesn't it? What do you do on the weekends? You may well ask. Yeah, you may well ask. So, image coming soon. Who knows what this is going to look like? But again, new for 2023. So they come in a pack of 12. If you're a retailer, it's weird, isn't it? Some of these things. Okay, now this we went over the other night on the end of the game stream, so I'm not going to bore the shit out of you too much. But there are distinctive differences between the chrome mask we got in 2016 compared to the chrome mask in 2021 and 22. So there you go, Ghostface chrome mask, 93515, and I believe the 2016 box is 93516. I know, isn't it sad when you know the item numbers? But I'm on Ghostface website, I've got to know me shit. I'll try anyway, I'll try. So adult size, mask with hood, comes in a pack of 48, of course. These were normally ordered to Spirit Halloweens in more recent years. And this year we got kids chrome and adult chrome, and last year we only had the chrome edition costume, which was a bib style inside the package. This year, obviously we got the normal chrome mask just on header tags, so it was just a singular mask for kids and adults. The only difference with these compared to the 2016 box versions, in the box version you got the roll-up COA with the printed signatures of Alan, Stanley and RJ, and the hood material, the shroud, was a hell of a lot different in the box version compared to what these are. So these are basically standard shrouds. The box versions were thicker, heavier polyester and a lot different in quality, as in higher quality. So there you go. Of course, this one doesn't come in a box. So the 2016, as we all know, was to celebrate 25 years of Ghostface's creation. And these being re-released, I'm guessing, is more in relation to probably Scream 5 and the Daft Stab 8 clip that we got in the film. But there we go. The original stock image is what is pictured, and it's with that special high quality hood, but I think it's just used, in this case, for illustration purposes. There you go. Aren't I a geeky son of a bitch? Oh yes. Now this one. Now this is causing a stir already, and for good reason. So here we go with the geeky shit again. The original item number is exactly what is used from years ago. 8517 was a Cryptic gauze. Here we go, it's returned again. 8517, except GF on the end of it this time. We all know what GF stands for. Girlfriend. Ghostface. So yes, gauze accents, adult size, packs of 24. So facts about this that are now confirmed is this will definitely, you're hearing it first on this stream, this will definitely be an EU stamp. Simple. So many people have always said the same comment in relation to this already. I've seen comment after comment on Facebook and the groups, and people bitching and moaning, saying, well, it's amazing that they can do this, but they can't bring back standard EU stamps on standard shrouds, which this is sort of like the closest we're going to get to it at this time. So the original gauze, the Cryptic gauze, was an alternate T-stamp, slightly smaller mass, slightly different from the original T-stamp, but even so, when you look at them next to each other in details, it's a T-stamp in the past, the alternate. This one is guaranteed and will, and I repeat, this will be made as an EU stamp mask, exactly as we're seeing in the picture. So my concern was with RJ, is this just illustration purposes, or is this either going to be made? And he says, you can tell your stream it's confirmed. I was like, okay. And yes, I can't do his accent, but he's basically saying, yes, they will be EU stamps. They will be as we see in the picture. And as many people are now going to speculate and confirm, these are going to be the sort of closest to what we're going to get as a normal shrouded EU stamp. So people have commented that this particular image looks a little like a lady, like with long blonde hair or long sort of browny coloured hair. At the end of the day, it's a Cryptic gauze mask. This is a newer version to what you saw years and years ago. And the shroud length on the original Cryptic gauzes was massive. It was really long. And they had like airbrush accents of like brown paint all down the shroud. And the gauze was actually a little less than what you see on this. But nevertheless, this is some of the best news that the fans have had in a while, aside from the 25th anniversaries. And while the first one, 25ths, were nice, look at what happened with the second one. But does that also mean that they've sorted out the problem with the EUs and the blue spots and the marks, etc.? Because they're making them again. So even though they're with a gauze, EU stamps are coming back in Cryptic gauze type at this time. So with that in mind, this is something that I will be getting onto RJ about, saying, look, Cryptic gauze is coming with EUs, as about some standard EUs, and let's see what he says. So I shall be asking, trust me, I shall be asking. Due to talk to him sometime this week. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm missing some of this chat. Hello, Mr. Josh Beeler. We got Stefan, Jordan, Kyle. Oh, brother. All right, brother. Captain Casual. How you doing, Mr. Casual? I know who that is. I changed my name. That is actually the username. Seen as version 2 of the NECA figure also features the stab character from Screen 5. I believe you're right about the chrome. Yes, I believe so. Watch it be on an ultra white. No, it's not going to be on an ultra white. Trust me, it ain't going to happen. It is on an EU. I've got that guaranteed. Wonder how it would look on a raised EU stamp. Yeah, good point. I hope the crypt creature is glow in the dark. I miss them glowing. Yeah, don't get Douglas started on that, because Douglas had a Cryptic gauze. I think he still got it, and it says on the header, doesn't it? The header tag, you got the nice yellow glow star saying glows in the dark. And Douglas's doesn't glow in the dark. Hello, Screen Ghost. So, here we go then. This is the other piece of good news this week that people are very much looking forward to. One of the hardest and rarest things to find in an ASIS range, as seen in Screen Range with the purple and black gradient, more so in the past, was the coffin coolers. Now, the coffin coolers are extremely rare, like bloody hen's teeth. In fact, you're probably easier to find a bloody hen with teeth than coffin coolers from the past. They rarely pop up, and when they do pop up, it's either someone that ain't got a clue what they're selling and it's a decent price, or it's some know-it-all that knows this shit and escalates the sod way too high, little shits. But there you go, a reissue, is that what they're going to call this? A reintroduce, who knows, but there it is, in full colour, in HD screen. Inflatable coffin cooler assortment. So you've obviously got a vampire and you've got Mr. Ghostface himself. Easy to inflate, fill with ice and beverages as it's displayed on the original packaging and the original version. What's this? Inflatable character guards the goodies. 2 styles assorted. Ghostface and a vampire. Yeah, well there you go. Let's have a little bit of a look. So there you go. He just sits there guarding your booze and your ice and whatever else. Got a knife as well, hasn't he? But yeah, vampire and Ghostface. Again, notice how they got the Ghostface lives on this as well. They're trying to use that Ghostface lives wherever possible because they want to trademark it. It's simple as that. But yeah, look the part though. Look the part. It's nice to see someone somewhere at Fun World. I don't know whose influence this was, whether it's RJ, whether it's Frank, whether it's anyone else. But somebody somewhere is listening to what we're saying, and they're going, yeah, they want this old thing back. They want that old thing back. So you've got coffin coolers and cryptics making a return. And some people, honestly, don't always give a shit about all the accessories. They're just into the mass or movie mass or vintage stuff or even the props, you know, which is everyone's different. But this coffin cooler and this cryptic gauze this week has made a lot of people happy. But the cryptic has definitely made people say, well, look, can't we just have standard EUs on top of these, which is a valid point. Because all it is just an addition of some gauze that makes it different from a standard EU. So let's just go down. Don't worry, this stream will be over soon. We can't ramble for that long. Well, then again. Scream. This is the one that we saw. I don't know what the hell this is. But it's got Ghostface in the description here. So, image coming soon. So I'm going to keep checking back on this site, trust me, because I want to see some products here when the images get uploaded. God knows when that's going to be. But here we go. Scream for the team. Adult. Alright. Sounds like a dodgy bloody... Anyway, features all-in-one jacket and skirt look dress. An all-in-one jacket and skirt look dress. What the hell is this? Fun and spooky graphics. Official Ghostface costume. So dress, poms and socks. Some sort of cheerleader thing, do you think? Where they're cheering for the team. And that's what they do, innit? Cheer for the team, cheerleaders. But it's Ghostface related. So come in a pack of 6. Always handy. And there you go. Image bloody coming soon. Go on, Fun World. Step on it, man. Step on it. So screen for the team adult. But also down here, if you just see the mouse arrow, there's a screen for the team child. So 2 different types just with regards to size. What we got here? Rectangular basket, tea holder, blah blah blah. Egg hoppers. Was there anything that I've missed? I think we're coming to the end of the Fun World stuff. With Ghostface being related. Vampire this, Fairy that. Victorian Bride adult. Okay, yeah, that seems to be it for the minute. That seems to be it for the minute. Okay. We'll catch up with this chat. The coffin cooler looks like an inflammable baby tub. Inflatable baby tub, I think you mean, yeah? Sort of. Is the coffin cooler design final? Looks like a Photoshop mock-up. I don't know. That's a good question, Douglas. I'm going to be talking with RJ, so I will be asking questions, trust me. I'll see what he comes back with. I would think if it's a finalised image, then it could be subject to change, but more likely it's going to be what we see. Perfect example of that was this. Where was it? Perfect example of that was one of these. The scary peepers. Or what was originally called the window peeper. Yeah, that had totally different packaging compared to what we ended up with. So yeah, there's an example there of how things can change. I hope the crypt is available in the UK. Oh no, please don't say that. Please don't say that. You just got me thinking there. Yeah, Ghostface cheerleader outfit. Well, that's what it seems to be. I don't know for sure. I'm hoping for the return of the classic pink, green and orange fluorescent mass. Well, you imagine them on EU stamps. God, they'd be like hen's teeth now, aren't they? But you imagine if they come back. Bloody hell, man. So let's double check Dead by Daylight. So we go here, we go on the Halloween, then we go to license, then you've got DVD, Dead by Daylight, and then you've got Ghostface. I'm just going to look at this, see if there's any change on here. So, Viper Child, Devilface Adult, Devilface Child, both individual masks, Scorch costume, and Adult Viper. So there's no change on there whatsoever. Somebody has asked recently, what the hell happened to the Scorch knife, aka the gut tooth knife, as it's called in the game? Excuse me. Good question. Good question. What happened to that Scorch knife? It looked the part, seemed to be really nice, and then we never saw it. Did customs confiscate that one as well, I wonder? Little shites. Or was there some other problem that stopped it being mass produced? Again, another question for RJ. Jesus Christ. I always have a lot of questions for him. So clicking on the individual Ghostface category, some of these things all of you watching may actually own. So the Gravebreaker, which, there we go. I've got one here, and another two as well. Still got 3 Gravebreakers here. But yeah, Gravebreaker, the Scary Peeper, the Drawstring Backpack. Ah, see, there we are. Drawstring Backpack. I wonder if it's going to be what I've got behind me here. Where is it? Not that one. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we'll have a look at them on the full camera in a second. But yeah, drawstring backpack assortment, and there is basically a couple of designs here. Even though yes, we've got image coming soon, but you got a clown, a skull, Ghostface, a clown warning, and a Ghostface warning, whatever they're going to be, and a skull warning. So something else on the list. The pillow cover, I know USA fans have got these in the top right corner here. You got Bleeding Ghostface child costume, adult Bleeding Ghostface. You got the Scarecrow, which some people have got. I believe Mad About Horror have got the Scarecrow. Double check on that. 6-foot Ghostface figure and knife. I saw one of these back in May at the horror convention in Sheffield. Yeah, it's okay. Looks the part. Looks like Ghostface, of course, but Jesus, looks like he's been running all his life because God, he's lost some weight. Something I need to follow on as well. But EO Ghostface adult and child, standard Ghostface adult and child. This particular picture, as many may or may know, this is RJ in the costume. On this exact image, this is RJ. It was him in the costume at that time of being photographed. There he is. Mr. Torbett himself, that is him, and he is on many costume inserts in that particular image. So RJ just put himself out there just behind a mask, and you know what he's like on Twitter, very cryptic. But that is RJ in that costume. Anyone that's not in the know, and yes, as they say in Scream 2, I know my shit. In that particular instance, at least, I wouldn't have known if he hadn't told me. Ghostface teen costume, the bloody butcher knife, which I've got a couple here. 25th anniversary movie edition of the Sparkle Robe costume there. The kids version and the 25th anniversary mask are still listed. So I do know for fact that the 25th anniversary masks obviously were being looked at because of the problems on the second run. The blue dots and the blue stains, etc. Still awaiting a proper update on that. I do know that factories have been contacted. I know a lot more, but I'm not going to get into it because I could get told off very badly. So I'm not going to divulge particulars. Ghostface hooded scene, which is what we've just been looking at a minute ago. You got the carving set, the Pumpkin Pro, the Crow mask, the Ghostface dress adult. This is actually Frank's sister. Look at this. So one of the models here, there you go, Frank McGovern's sister, I believe. I believe this young lady also does a Fun World Instagram on occasion. I don't know if it's her that solely runs it, but she has done stuff on there in the past. The fence face is what we've looked at, which image coming soon. The dog costume, the pet costume, Gordon Bennett. Who the hell thought of that? Very strange, which appears to be a small foam mask that goes over the face of your pet. Horror jersey and mask, adult and child there in the middle. Fluorescence, yeah, let's not get started on fluorescence. Fluorescence have been coming apparently to Crypt Keepers for so long that nothing's actually happened yet. Now they're being told next year, 2023. Anyway, continuing. The Pride mask, the Pumpkin mask, the Ghostface inflatable. which is, there he is in his full glory. A lot of people have got this and quite impressed by it. Self-inflating as well, so there you go. Can't really go wrong, can you? And then the Slayer kit. So as we know, the Slayer kit's in two forms, one with a voice changer, one without a voice changer. We've also got Ghostface ponchos in two different styles, which also looks a bit like, let's have a look. Is that? Yeah, looks very similar to the drawstring backpacks I've got, but not exactly the same. There's differences. The knives and the cleavers, a couple of those going out to nice Lady Hope, but yeah, the knives and the cleavers I've got here. The standard horror knife I don't personally have, but we all know what people think of that for the most part. EO Ghostface, coffin coolers, fade in and out mouth masks. Remember, there's red ones at Spirit Halloweens, and there's also green ones if you're particularly on collecting every item possible. Patriotic costume and individual mask, and the pumpkin costumes in adult and child. And then to finish off on the bottom, Scream for the team, child and adult size, which is a suspected, possibly team leader. Team leader? Cheerleader. Team leader, that's my boss. But yeah, don't forget pumpkin mask as well. Available, madabouthorror.co.uk, madabouthorror.com, whatever one you want to use. But pumpkin mask exclusive to Mad About Horror. Don't forget, if you haven't got one, get on it. That's the place to go get them if you're UK based. I actually need to get some myself. I did take the sample back to him, and yeah, there's no pumpkin here anymore. I've still got the other samples of Ukraine and Pride, which I need to send back. But yeah, personally, I don't have a pumpkin at this time, which is soon to be rectified, trust me. Right, let's have a look. But yeah, you just got me thinking now. Hopefully the Cryptic gauze is available in the UK. It bloody better be. Oh, I hope we've got a message off Mr. Clive. What's he sending? What are you doing, Clive? Oh, he's a son of a bitch. He really is. Bloody Clive. I'm not going to show it on stream because they're probably going to tell me off. Oh, he's a little swine. I wish I could show you this. If he's, I don't know if he's in the stream. Clive, whatever you've just sent me, if you're listening, can I show that to the stream? Looks like somebody's been experimenting, little swine. Also, do you have a pumpkin mask? Do not look at the back of the chin. Yeah, people already know. And yes, it has been brought to the attention of Fun World and RJ. I said to RJ on a WhatsApp call the other night, I says, RJ, you've got to look at this pumpkin mask. What do you mean? I said, what do I mean? I says, have you seen the back of the chin? What? I said, what? I said, I'll send you pictures. And as I said to Hope on a call, I says, honestly, I says, I sent him all different angles, and just 2 words came back that just said, oh dear. I says, the back of the chin looks like a penis. I said, wait, what's going on? What do you mean? I need to see images. I was like, okay, you can see images. You can. Yeah, it wasn't good. It was. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. And he's like, oh my god. I'm like, well, you need to do something about this. Revise the mold. Get back to the factory. Just do something. Like, think of the Pride mask. Yeah. Rainbow coloured on the front, yet you turn the chin round and it's just white, innit? And it's obviously it's a plain chin. Why don't they just make the chin plain on the pumpkin, you know? So just smooth it off on the back or something, and yeah, just have the appearance from a frontal look. Would it work better? Possibly. But these, I don't know if it's going to be these exact designs, but I got sent these last year as like a gift. And yeah, these were basically samples, and then they wasn't going to do any more. But spookily enough, 16.5-inch drawstring backpack on the Fun World site, it's listed again. So I wonder if these are going to be what we're going to get. But yeah, I think it says, what's your favourite candy on this? Yeah, what's your favourite candy? So no one else has got these as far as I'm aware, not unless some retailers keeping his samples somewhere. But yeah, these are not out there at the minute. These are samples that got rejected. And then you got this one, just the plain Ghostface image. So, you know, honestly, I don't know what to do with them at the minute. Do you keep them? Are they collector's items? Will the designs be the same this year? I don't know. But, yeah, what's your favourite candy? There you go. Is it that one? Yeah. And we can't forget this chap, can we? Alexa, turn off office light. There we go. Let's turn the ring light off. There you go. Unless you see me, the better anyway. Hey. And the same on the other side. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I may keep him, Hope. I may keep him. Alexa, turn on office light.
Okay.
But yeah, yes, Douglas, I did show RJ the chin in every detail. Oh dear. So yeah, that's 2 words for it. I've got 2 words for you, and the second one's off. Yeah, just smooth that chin over. Do something with it, please. Do something with it. Clive, being Clive, he's just obviously said on the chat here. I can show him. I can show the stream what he's been doing. So he's just sent me this. And Clive's got some pumpkins, of course, and Clive's the one that came up with the pumpkin. So this is what he's just sent me. He has been messing about with pumpkins, doing the black and white pumpkin with anniversary shroud. Look at that. This is where he just gets too clever, that Clive. He just gets too clever. But I guarantee you, anyone watching this now, you're going to want one of them, aren't you? I know I wouldn't mind. So, looks like Clive is keeping himself busy as always. Let's make sure my messages are up to date. There we go. Talking of Clive, look what he's been doing. He sent me a box that arrived today. And I was going to wear this on stream, but then I was like, no, it's going to make me look 3 times the size I am. I don't know. But this glows in the dark, apparently. So, some of you may have seen that he's done like a costume recently with a pumpkin mask, and it's got like orange bones on the front. But obviously he's had to go with some green as well, because anyone that knows Clive should know that his favourite colour is green. There you go. It's what he sent me. And you see the Burt bench just there. I tell you what, he's one of the most creative bitches I've ever known, Clive. You know how to take that, Clive, don't you? And then, this one's going to get you riled up a bit. Let's just check the back of the chin. It's okay. Yeah, Clive, he always throws little bits in, doesn't he? When he sends anyone a box, he throws some stuff in. It's a bit like RJ. RJ, when he sends boxes to people, he'll go around his collection just tossing random stuff in. And this is a keyring with his little logo. Thank you, Clive. And then he's chucked in a postcard print as well, which is one of his more recent mass designs. Yeah, there you go. You know what the surprising thing with this is? That's Clive without a mask on. He's going to be messaging soon. What do you say? So yes, Clive has also been up to his old tricks. So what I'm going to show you here, this is basically, or this was, a USA flag patriotic mask. Was. Now look at it. What's he done? A black Ghostface mask. Clive doing his testing again, seeing how things look, how they come out. Look at that. Pure black Ghostface solid hard PU plastic mask. So again, this was a USA flag mask originally. Clive got hold of it, God, it smells like Dulux, man. Yeah, you can smell the paint. But this, personally, I just think of this, it's like licorice, isn't it? Like licorice. Black mask. Black mask. You want to see the blue robot? I'll get it in a second. But yeah, but I think that's why he's stick it over the patriotic here. And then he's just gone around the back as well. But yeah, original patriotic tag with a bit of Clive's tape on it. But also the shroud on this. This is not a standard poly shroud. This is cotton, like they used to be. And what surprised me with this is all stitched on through the plastic of the mask. I looked at it thinking it's going to be glued on, but it wasn't. But yeah, pure black mask, look. Pure black mask. Gordon Bennett, man. The bloke just never stops. It's like a bloody generator, it just keeps going. But if you look through here, let's get some details. Look, it's all stitched. It's all stitched. All the way round, all the way down. But yeah, a cotton shroud plastic mask. And as I say, you want to talk to him about plastic masks, be prepared for a long haul, because he'll tell you the full advantages of plastic masks. But there you go. Cotton shroud with his Workbench label on. And he just sent me a picture of this the other day. I said, I want that mask. He goes, do you? I said, yeah. I says, what do you want for it? What do you want to trade? And he says, well, just send me a box of anything. I was like, okay. So I'm going to send him a box of bubble wrap. See if he enjoys that. I'll send him something. But there you go. Black, hard PU plastic ghost face mask. It used to be a USA flag mask. So original tag. It's just in disguise at the minute. And I don't know, should I show this to RJ? Say, RJ, look at this. And he'll go, what about it? I say, well, it's a black mask. And he'll go, what about it? I say, well, Clive's been up to his old tricks again. And he'll go, oh, that talented young man. I say, yeah. Okay. Let me get the robots down for Scottish Lindsay. Scottish Lindsay. I don't know if I can reach it, you know. There's too much stuff in the way. Gonna have to get the step ladder out. Then again, he's falling down. What's this? Oh, there you go. Still got the samples here. Look. What's that one? Yeah. Here's your example I was on about earlier. This is what we was talking about earlier with regards to the chin, you know. So as an example, the pride is the pride, isn't it? Yeah. And then back of the chin, it's like that. So basically, the design is for the front view. On the back, it's just absent, isn't it? So imagine they could just smooth the chin on the back of the pumpkin. Just sort it out, for God's sake. And then, yeah, the Ukraine mask. Obviously, it's just all yellow. A bit different. But it's very strange. One thing that's been noticed with these prides. And even the Ukraines, the mouth is glossy. It's obviously a nice black. And there's no sort of problems with the mouth. Even on my stock that I've got of this, there's no problems. Yet, for some reason, on a lot of the pride masks, you've got this line. You can probably just see it here and there. In certain lights. It's not easy to see on this actually with the light on. Not easy to see with the light off actually. But you can see a little bit there. It's like a straight line goes all the way down it, and it's really noticeable in certain angles. And if anyone's OCD, they're like, "Oh, I don't like that." Could be worse though. Could be worse. I don't know why that line's like that. But most of the prides I've seen, they've got it. Okay. Clive, leave the chin alone. That's Gen 1 pumpkin style. Wee blue baby. says Scottish Lindsay. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm just seeing the chat here with Sen. Hello, Sen. Off topic, but will you be going to the cathedral in Newcastle? Something going on with Alfreda's Aim Pet New Year. Is there? I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Oh, are you? Oh, I am. Ask the last man. She'll tell you who I am. Quoting Alfreda's Zane. Yeah, I'll have to look into that, Mr. Sen. I've not heard anything until you just said that in the chat. But yeah, thank you. I'll have a look at that. I should be available to join for a bit when you're ready. Okay, Douglas, yeah. We'll get through this, don't we? Just, what's this? The colourful neon backlight mask Clive made. Colourful neon backlight mask? What the hell was that? The wee blue baby, says Woods/Slasher Lindsay. Leave the chin pumpkin style. Imagine a mask all blue like that from the Ukraine. That's only because blue's your favourite colour. On the Alfreda's Aim Pet website. Oh, it's on the website. They haven't bloody told me anything. I'm part of the damn website. Don't tell me things like that. They kept that one quiet. Seriously? What's the word then? Oh, hang on a minute. When you say website, do you mean Facebook group or do you mean website? Because let's have a look. There's nothing on the website on the main page, at least. Okay. Ghostface. There we go. I think you mean the Facebook group of some sort or Twitter, don't you? Yeah. Hello, I'm new to collecting. Ghostface mask. I recently got the purple mask and it's slightly unshaped. How do you go? Yes. Listen to the nice lady there, Hope. What Hope says, or your broken wings. If you got a misshapen mask, do you want a demonstration? But if you got a misshapen mask, then as Hope says, hairdryer. So just go easy with it. Don't always get too close to the mask. Just get it hot. Just get it pliable. And basically, if you want, some people just hold the mask how they want it to sort of be, and they just sort of let it cool down and hope it holds that shape. Hair drying mask is not hard. It can be daunting for some people because they think they're going to damage the mask, but that's not the case. So as long as you go easy and don't go right close to it all the time. So end of the hair dryer here and mask, as long as you're not like that all the time, and you just got a bit of distance, just gently warm it up, get it hot. Get it hot. Just watch it. Yeah. Watch it sort of give in. I need to reword some of these damn streams. But just watch it. You can't even word it without someone thinking the opposite, can you? Watch it get pliable and be a bit more easy to handle rather than stiff and rigid. It's just wrong, isn't it? Get the mask pliable with a hairdryer, right? Keep it in a shape that you want to keep it in, and then just hope that when it cools down it's going to be a bit more into that shape rather than what it was before. But even on my Instagram there's a bootleg mask of an EU stamp which came about earlier this year that everyone went mad for because they were bloody idiots. But this bootleg mask was just misshapen, so I just left it on the floor, just hair dried it, and the mask just reshaped itself over time without me even touching it. So as Hope says, hair dryer. But yeah. Sometimes, honestly, I try and word stuff that it's understandable for a new collector or anyone that's not in the know. And no matter what I say, it's even in here, it's you start thinking of it the opposite way, and you're like, I don't mean it like that. But yeah, you've got to pick your words these days, and try and keep it clean, so to speak. So let's do something I've not done before, Lindsay. This is probably going to pain a couple of people. There you go. Let's have a proper look at this little swine. Look at this. There you go. So, basic plastic insides. Nice blood effect box. I always like this box. Really nice. And as I believe RJ had these stickers done, and RJ cut them out. That's what he told me. Scottish Lindsay edition on the bottom of the box. But there you go. So nothing in it, Lindsay. What have you done? So yeah, this is first time actually me taking this out of the box and looking at it like this. Yeah, so to think one of these is out there somewhere that some son of a bitch stole. Bastards, man, bastards. So RJ sent me a box back in May, and one of these was in it, and it never turned up. Still has never been found. It had number 1 Resurrection mask, also used on the set of Scream 5, so that's gone. Had one of these. It had a powder blue Ghostface t-shirt, which Lindsay nicely gifted me because she had another one. Those t-shirts were limited at first, but now there's actually 50 of them that exist. Even Mr. Nate has got one. Nate was gifted one too, and rightfully so. We do love Mr. Nate, and as people keep referring to Nate on websites in America, he is not a Clarion man, he is Nate Reagan. And yeah, we all know what we think of Nate. Like Maureen says in Scream 2, he knows his shit. And he's one of the top people in all of the collectors. And he'll always have my respect, I tell you. But yes, here we are. 1 of 6 in the world. Baby blue, powder blue, whatever it's called. Scottish Lindsay edition. I'm sort of proud of the Scottish Lindsay because it's me that called her Scottish Lindsay. So this prick. I remember this prick. So this prick actually... Possibly, did I have a little part in the naming of this? I wouldn't have thought so. But it's me that used to call Scottish Lindsay Scottish Lindsay. And it was me that said to RJ, call her Scottish Lindsay. So I like to think there's just a 0.1% chance that I had some influence on the naming of this. But there you go. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. Yeah. Anyone want it? Lindsay go nuts, wouldn't she? What did you just say? What do you say? In the Scottish accent, which I can't do. But yeah, it is nice. Inspected with care by... What? By something robot. With some sort of number on it. Ghostface, copyright. There you go. What was you doing on Saturday night? I was looking up the arsehole of Ghostface. What was you doing? Handmade by robots. But yeah, rightfully so in the chat there. Scream King, he bloody is. But yeah, the box wasn't actually sealed with sellotape. That's why I've opened it. 15th December 22. I think it could have some cast in attendance. Oh, okay. I'll look at the Sunday for Sammy site, Mr. Sen. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's really nice to see it unboxed. Thanks for showing it. What's up with Jordan? What's he saying no for? Yeah. The box was open practically. What do you want me to do? Hello? Yeah. Can you imagine a blue like this and an EU stamp? Could work, couldn't it? Could work. Just add it to the fluorescent section of the masks. It's nice though. I love the detail on these. I love the detail. Don't forget, we have actually got a real knitted Ghostface that was based on this as well, with a white mask up here. So, nice lady called Shirley, who knows me from Auf Wiedersehen stuff that I do online, or did do online, which isn't finished before anyone gets the wrong idea. But yeah, this is actually based off this. So this is a knitted, based off Handmade by Robots Ghostface, with his little knife. Similar, isn't it? Similar. And basically, Shirley, who made this, you just ask for anything to be knitted, anything that she doesn't have to have a pattern. She'll just say, oh, have a look at this, could you knit this, could you knit that? And you give her a picture of something or something like this, and she just has a crack at it. And you know, years ago, this lady who did this, she knitted me, a figure of me, in the hoodie, in the Ghostface top, in the Scream 2 hat I used to wear with the Scream 2 Ghostface on the front, from the stab image, the white mask, I'm sure you know the hat. But yeah, she knitted me with a camera, a tripod, my hat on and my hoodie on. And it's up in the loft, I'm sorry to say at the minute, because I haven't got room where I want to put it. But yeah, this was basically, this was no pattern, this is just looking at an image of this and going, right, I'll try and see what it turns out like. This is what it turned out like. And of course, she could always change the colour of the mask and do different walls, etc. But yeah, credit to Shirley Pollard there. She's up in Denbighshire, North Wales. But yeah, this chap, not out of the box before. But yeah, and put him back. Oh dear. But yeah, let's put the put this chap back where he belongs. I like with this that you've actually got a cutout for the label, or you know, the barcode to actually go into. It's actually accommodated for, so to speak. There you go. Right. Let's put it back. There we go. And let's see if we can get it back up in the top corner. There we go. What else was there? Oh my good God. In you go. Oh, here we go. Talking of the t-shirt. So this is just an additional thanks to Scottish Lindsay, Woodsboro Slasher. Because a while ago when... I think I talked about it on stream at the time, but a while ago when things was not good with me, I was destroyed, man. I'm still partially fucking destroyed now, but up here. But when... This is why some of these good things that happened to me lately, I can't believe they're fucking happening, you know. But when Lindsay saw that my package was stolen or lost with FedEx, we don't know what happened to it, who knows. But I can't prove anything. And the police can't touch it because the driver's now left FedEx and it's not for them to deal with. I was like, come on, please. Can we not look into this? But Lindsay, being the friend she is, it's a shame she's in Glasgow, because she'd had a restraining order on me by now if she wasn't in Glasgow, because I'd be round there all the bloody time. Her and the husband and the kids and that, they'd have known me very well by now. But Lindsay, in her infinite wisdom, she got gifted 2 of these t-shirts and 2 of the Handmade by Robots figures. And as I say, in her infinite wisdom, she gifted me this, which I need to lose bloody weight again. As in, pre-pandemic, I lost 6 stone. After pandemic, more went on. Not all of it went on, but I want more off again, because I've got to get myself back to a better standard, shall we say, because at the minute I'm not a better standard. Definitely not up here anyway. But this was a gift alongside the robot, and she also wanted me to rebarb her HHN as well, number 96, which I did for her. But this was a gift. There you go. So the powder blue or baby blue or whatever it is, the t-shirt there. But this I keep in like the special box, as I call it. I've just seen a message in the chat. What's that say? Restraining order. Well, you know. But yeah, thank you, Lindsay. Excuse my ignorance, but is that a Scream 1 Ghostface mask in the back with more squinted eyes? There's Fantastics behind the Pride. Or are you on about this? I think you're on about this, aren't you? Is that what he means? This is what Douglas sold me a while ago. This was $1,000. $1,000. Douglas, you scandalous git. He's going, you what? This is the... I think this is what he means. It's in a box frame, but honestly I don't want to hang it on the wall in case it comes down. I don't trust the plaster sometimes. But yeah. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. It means... Oh, yes. Very good point. Hope. Thank you. I'm glad somebody's brain's working tonight, because mine isn't. But yeah, in a way, though, yeah, I suppose something with reference to Scream 1. But... yeah, let's have a look. So this is a workbench mask, obviously. This is Mr. Clive up to his tricks again. That son of a bitch is just too talented. It's simple and pure fact. He's just too talented. But there you go. So after he gifted me this, I went to see Clive down at his workshop, shall we say. And he gifted me this there and then, and I told him to bollocks. And he was like, no, no, no. He says, you're having it. Because I've helped him with a lot of things, particularly with contact with RJ and deals and what he ended up doing with Fun World, you know. It's not all down to me, but I gave him a nudge and I says, look, submit your stuff, get it into Fun World, let him see what you can do and see what happens. And next thing you know, he's got mass being approved. So I think, I don't know for sure, but I think this is partly just a little bit of his thanks for helping him, you know, because that's what I'm here for. As I said last night to somebody, nice lady, I said if I die next week, somebody somewhere, I hope, will say, yeah, I remember him. It was okay. He helped me with this and he helped me with that. As long as I'm here to have some sort of decent impact on someone, that's the point, man. This is the reason. I'm here to help. Or I try, at least. But yes, as nice lady Hope points out, this is what he's asking about. So this, I think Clive's done 4 versions of this now. Don't quote me on that. He's definitely done 3, but I'm not sure if there's a 4th. I don't know if he's even still in the chat because he floats in and out of this stream. But yeah, this, I believe, is either version 2 or 3 of Clive's KMBs. And on the end in the stream there, you'll see the original Scrumpkin, which is what the pumpkin's based on. And no, that Scrumpkin hasn't got a knob for the back of the chin. Yeah, the one below the green one, yes. Box up that lantern and send my cotton shroud Gen 2 with my replica tag I made. Yeah, I'll box up the lantern, don't worry. But that one is cool to actually... Oh, okay, okay. Well, you've seen the tag, fantastic, whatever. Now we need to get one of Clive's masks to cameo in the films. Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? You imagine the silent screamer appearing in Scream 6. Could it happen? Has it happened? Has it been filmed already? Who knows? Yeah. God, you imagine that? What did you do in life? Well, I sculpted some masks and a couple of them ended up in a film. Geez, he'd be proud, wouldn't he? He'd be proud. Sadly to say, I'm not going to even get to that stage because I'm not a sculptor. But yeah, this particular chap, obviously he's put the hood on it. It's a bit of an older type of fabric that Clive used to use. Sparkly hood, of course. It does need a bit of a dust because it's been there a while. But yeah, on its own little stand. Oh, there you go. You got a Dewey, not a Dewey one, but you've got a Sheriff's Department, Worcester County on the bottom. I never knew that had that on there. Let's have a look. Is it? Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's Dewey. But yeah, there you go. So this is a latex mask. Clive has made plastic masks as well. If you want to see Clive's masks, all this peg just over here, or the one with the pumpkin on the front, all those masks behind it are Clive's masks. But there you go. This is a beautiful mould though, this. Beautiful sculpt. Really accurate, really looks the part. Really looks the part. It's really squinty, isn't it? Really squinty. But yeah, it's a beauty, this one. It's personally, in the past, I've never been one for K&B replicas. I've just looked at them and think, yeah, it's okay, but you know, I can't do any better. I'm not saying people's work is absolute shite, but I'll never do any better. I'm not a sculptor. But there's many versions in the past that just didn't get me interest. And then Nag came along and he did one of his. And Nag's was nice. I like Nag's. Nikos Drezios. I don't know if that's properly pronounced on Facebook, but Nikos, he does good work, good sculptor. Very talented individual. But his was a little bit off with the length of the forehead. It was about 2 inches too much. But still a nice mask. And that was the first K&B replica that got my interest, although I never owned one. And then, here we go, Workbench comes along, Clive being Clive, and I was like, Jesus, he's actually done a K&B replica that I'm after, you know, I want one. But when he gifted me this, I didn't know it was going to be a gift. I was walking around his workshop. This was just sat looking at me all the time. And he just had this little plaque in front of it. And yeah, come to go home, and he says, "Oh, that's yours." I says, "What?" He goes, "That's yours." Which was really nice, you know. So I'd helped him just in little ways, and then he'd gifted me this. I mean, to him, it was in the way in the workshop. He didn't care. I don't know what these go for, but, you know, thank you, Clive, if you're still even listening and watching, mate. But there you go. But this is my task with Ghostface website, you know. Just try and assist and help. I don't know everything, but I'll try my best, and I'll help where possible. It's simple as that. And I'm not any better than any other fan just because I got a fucking website. Or because I got a website don't mean I'm an expert, I'm the best, number one. Just means I got a website. And I say this on many streams because people think, oh, he's this and he's that, and he thinks he's this and that, but I don't, honestly. I just enjoy what I do with this stuff. And people, particularly new fans, they don't know about a lot of things. So you got to warn them, you got to tell them, you got to keep an eye on what they're doing with regards to whether they're scamming bastards or not, because there are some out there. But in another way, they come and ask for help, whether it's me, Nate, Maggie, but anyone out there, you know, Douglas, where they just ask advice and need proper advice so they don't get scammed or whatever else that can happen these days. I mean, these days anything can happen, can't it? But this chap, yeah, it just meant a lot to me, you know. He's just gifted it like it was nothing. And I was like, no, I said, you've done a good job there, sparkly hood, and I can go and display this. And yeah, I just thought, yeah, this is what happens when you come along, you know, online, you put a website up, you get to know people, you end up going around the fucking world, for God's sake, you know. I've been New York because of my website, I've been Las Vegas because of my website, meeting Carrie Ann, staying with Carrie Ann and her family. So, you know, it's almost 16 years at the end of this month I've been online now. Jesus, you get less for murder, I know, but I'm here. And I'm honest, and I'm just trying to help people, and it's simple as that. And I'm not some scamming bastard that's going to overcharge people, because I hate that shit. Let me put this back. There we go. I don't know. That's very cool. You have an amazing collection of masks. Yeah, I mean, all these masks in the back, there's about 10 masks behind every one of them, so there's quite a few here. Don't worry about what others think. Yeah, well, unfortunately, Carrie Ann, that's what I've done all my bloody life. You think that people are looking at you or judging you in a certain way, and some people aren't, but some people are, you know, and sometimes it's hard to work out which ones are and which ones aren't, and you just do what you do, you know, and you're always going to have haters. It's plain and simple. I've seen private messages that have been screenshotted about other fans talking about me, saying, oh yeah, I don't really care for him. He boasts and he's this and he's that. And then I've seen other people that have sent me personal messages saying, just thanks for everything you do, you know. And that's the ones I like, where you just get the feedback and, you know, they've benefited or got something in the collection because of you telling them about an eBay link or a reasonable price, or to do a trade with a particular fan that can be trusted, you know. And that's the idea, that's the point. Just try and help. What's this? I originally hated the K&B, but now I like it, and the K&B is still better than the Brandon James. Anything's better than the Brandon James, Jesus Christ. Blowjob mask, yeah. Obviously, I've got my opinion on the Brandon James. It is what it is. What can I say? I do believe, and I hear that Wes wasn't really a fan of it. So what does that tell you? Do you have any chromes, the new ones? I do, but they're with Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann, being Carrie Ann this year, has helped out a lot of fans. Again, she's here to help as well, you know, where possible. So yeah, I have a kid's chrome and an adult chrome, I believe, with Carrie Ann, but she hasn't sent the box yet because I've not told her to send it yet. But I'm probably going to have to tell her to send it because I think I've got what I want for the time being. And the stuff for Crypt Keepers I was thinking of getting, I'm probably not going to bother. So yeah, I need to actually notify Carrie Ann of that. If it's not hard to explain how would you tell the difference between real and very good fakes when it comes to masks. It's funny you say that, because I've got some bootleg EUs in the room and I could show you differences, but I don't want people rusting away watching this stream going, Jesus, he never fucking shuts up. I don't know. It depends how descriptive you want to get sometimes. I could bore the shit out of you, man. There's particular differences with many masks, and as I say, it could go on this stream, and people are not going to be happy watching and listening to me go on about it. So, I don't know. Real and very good fakes, there's major differences in some respects. So, I could show you a bootleg EU, and I could show you a real EU and tell you the differences. But I'm really worried that people are going to get bored and pissed off and say, shut the fuck up, can we have what we're meant to be having? I will going to attempt to get Douglas on. I need an update off Douglas. He wants to try and come on Skype and talk on the stream. But I'll tell you what, I'll show you a bootleg EU stamp and a real EU stamp. And then I'll just make it quick, because I don't want people saying, fuck me, he didn't half go on tonight. But again, if there's people asking, I'll explain. Let's have a look. See what this chat is before I carry on. When I met you, I felt like I knew you for years. Your credit to the ghost. Well, I appreciate that, Screen Ghost. I have a Scottish friend that is looking for one. Are you able to help out? You want to talk to Carrie Ann, see if she can still get some, Lindsay. With Halloween now being gone, I don't know what's going to be left in the shops in the USA. Clive's Screamer mask is better than the Brandon mask. Totally agree, says Scott. Get Screen Ghost on. Yeah, we do need Screen Ghost on. Set your message on Skype. Okay. I've been here watching. How you doing, Douglas? I know you've been here watching, mate. I know. Douglas is all good. He's a little swine, but he's all good. Let's have a look. Where's the... God imagine. There's that many boxes. This could be a long one. Here we go. Recognise this? Nobody reminded me, did they? Recognise this? That one. In fact, hang on. We can just do this to make it quicker. Okay. So, hello Captain Frosty, hello Dylan, hello Commander. Commander, you do that one more time. You do that one more time, and I'm coming over there to see you. Are we clear? I'm coming over to Northern Ireland, and I'm going to see you and knock on your door, and I'm going to steal your cats, and I'm going to say, if you come into my stream one more time and say the date's incorrect on the overlay, you sure you have the correct date? He makes me paranoid every single time, just because I had one stream where the date was wrong on the Ghostface image overlay that you see. And now he comes in these streams, you got the wrong date. I'm like, what? And I'm looking. You arsehole. He worries me every single time, that Commander. But he's a good chap. He's a good chap. I'm honoured to have him as my mate, even though I've never met him. But yeah, I do miss Commander. He helped me with a few things in recent months, and trust me, his help was much valued as well. Right, for... who is it in the chat? Just keeping you on your toes. I keep you on your bloody toes. So for John Mullins in the chat, I've got an example for you. Okay. So this is an EU stamp. Okay. Believed to be off the main moulds, but we don't know for sure. Right. So to look at this is a beautiful mask. Okay. EU stamp, one of the most common moulds out there, and at one point one of the most mass-produced masks ever done. ran from late 90s to 2017, came back in 2021 and 22 on the Sparkle Hood 25th anniversary masks. But in 2018, 19 and 20, this was missing. And ever since 2011 and 12 onwards, these were still made, but in very low numbers. So these were highly sought after and loved and collected by fans, but now you hardly see them. And fans are not happy about that, because these got replaced with ultra whites, which are the most common sold mask out there to this very day. Simple. What's that, Maureen? I know my shit, she says. So this is a real EU stamp. Header tag still present, of course. This was one, I think, considered for the set of Scream 5. I think this is one of the ones I took a picture of. This is heading out to Carrie Ann very soon, because she's helping me out with all these 2022 masks she's already got me from this year in America. So this is heading out. But this is a real EU stamp. And to look at it side by side, you're probably thinking there's not a lot of difference, but there is. So this is a much different quality of the material. It is thin, it is pliable. The eye mesh is very similar to what you see on this. But in essence, if you was to cut a slice of this mask off from the inside, which Clive Barzilia did, Mr. Burtbench, you cut a piece of this mask off from the inside, just a little strip of it, and a piece of this mask off from the inside, as in where the cut is around the back of the chin and the mouth, there is a hell of a difference with regards to safety standards. So this is dangerous with regards to flames and flammability, shall we say. This is not. To look at, they look the part, yes. Are they from the same mould? More than likely, yes. This is a completely different standard and a real mask. This is, if anything, a very good look-alike with similar material, but a dangerous mask. Quality also differs in the polyester shroud. The polyester shroud on this is, shall we just say, Fun World factory standard as an example. And basically it is what it is. It's a little bit thin, it's pliable, it's stretchy, but it's basically within the regulations of what's meant to be made and safe for sale. This, however, is a totally different quality, a shitty quality. And the seller on eBay that actually sold this said, oh, we wanted the mask to be lighter. So the mask is a different mix, the polyester is a different type, and they wanted the mask to be light as possible, apparently. The eye mesh looks to be incredibly similar, but again, when you look at these side by side, they do look to be the same mask. Okay. But yes, there are major differences. Do the bootlegs glow, I see in the chat? I honestly do not know. I can test, but I don't think they do. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So I can just put it under the desk in a second. I don't think it does, because I believe these are painted. No, there's no glow. There's no glow. So this, much safer material, genuine copy, and not painted. This is really bright white. I mean, on the camera you don't see much of a difference in the whites, but me holding these, looking at these things, this is a lot brighter. And you can also tell that it's painted because it makes the letters stick out on the back of the chin. So those letters are really easy to read because the paint's sort of magnifying it, so to speak. The letters on the genuine mask, they're there and you can read at the right angle with the light, but because there's no paint, there's no sort of edge on the letters that makes it stick out even more. But this, genuine, this looks the part, that's all it is. And when these things originally arrived to people that were buying them, I brought them to send to a couple to RJ. He wanted to see them, he needed to know what the hell was going on. But these, on first arrival, absolutely stunk. Gave people headaches, and it was the mass material itself. And even the eBay seller come back and said, look, put it in your garage, put it outside, just keep it away for 2 or 3 days while the smell vanishes. I was like, seriously? This is something you're meant to wear on your head, and you're saying to put it away and let the fumes dissipate? So that of course, raises alarm bells, because that's dangerous. You fucking kill yourself, for God's sake, you know. These are dangerous. They look it, yeah, and, you know, maybe I'd mount one on the bonnet of my car or something just for the overall look, who knows, but scare some people. But these are fucking dangerous. This burns very quickly. This does not. This starts to burn and then just dissipates. This starts to burn and carries on. So, dangerous shit. But also, yes, why have they painted it? They're all painted in white. Eyeliner, mouth and nose. Yeah, it's an okay job with regards to the paint. And some will say it's preferred to an ultra white. But honestly, these are not good. They just look okay, but they are not okay. It's simple as that. So I'll carry on because we need to crack on. But no, bootlegs do not glow. And I mean this, there's a little bit of smell left, but this has been here probably 4 or 5 months and the smell's only just vanishing. So that tells you something as well. Let's have a look on there. But yeah, we're just I tell you what, we're promoting Workbench tonight, aren't we? Mr. Clive, Mr. Workbench. But this is what I was going to show you earlier. So this solid plastic. So this is a weathered version of what's coming, you know, in the future from Funworld. The Funworld one's going to be plain white. Very much like the other one he sent me here, the other alternate style. But yeah, he's wrote something on the tag here. What's this? Oh, it's just my name. Reaper version 2 dark. Yeah, so this was like his version. The version 1 was the plain white. So version 2 was this, like a weathered. And as this is now a type that's coming out with Funworld, I'm probably not going to keep it on camera too long. I don't want to get in trouble, because it might not be appreciated. This, however, is just another type. Again, Clive, I swear he just sits in that damn workshop and just puts things together randomly and just says, oh, that looks good. This is what we call the Sinner. Very glossy. Again, plastic. So, and then he said, I think he said recently, he said, have you got one of those smilers or smileys or whatever they are? I was like, no. So he sent one of them. I can't remember if I sent him something for this or not, but yeah, this. And I mean, he's done variations of this now, hasn't he? But again, plastic. But yeah. What's it saying here? Put what? Put this on, you'll look happy with it, much better. What the hell? So there you go. So basically he's sort of like saying to Ghostface, put that mask on, you'll look happy with it. Much better. Jesus Christ. There you go. So yeah, at the end of the day, there's a lot of masks in this room. Right, let's have a look then. Something strange about the bootlegs is that it also has the blue spots where the sewing is due at the thread. Does it? You got me thinking now. Is it really? Not on this one. See, it looks like a real mask. It really does look the part. Super glossy inside and super matte on the outside, even though it's painted. But there's nothing on this. It's even sewn similar. Which I don't know what actually was confirmed about these masks. Whether it was some dodgy factory shift doing what they shouldn't be doing and painting them, or whether it was actually an alternate factory that somehow got one of the moulds. I honestly do not know what was found out about these. But needless to say, these and the fake devils and the fake vipers and the fake zombies were sent to Funworld. And I was like, yeah, what the hell's going on here? Mine has it. Yeah, you'll have to show me some pictures, Darky. Well, What's this? He's always such a charmer, that son of a bitch, isn't he? Cutting room floor, Dylan. Come here. Come here. Put your head in there. Dylan. Me and you have been friends for a long time. Me and you have banter. Me and you have dodgy comments to each other. Me and you call each other names, but all in fun. Be nice. Come on. It's been a tough year, mate. Trust me. This is still fucked. Come on. Just show me some love for once, please. And not in a fucking manly way. Come on, just be nice. Just be nice. I don't know, man. Oh my god, what now? What's this? They smell really bad, which yes, they did smell really bad. They've actually died off a bit, thankfully. Petition to bring back the TD, at least for a little while. Love the TD, such a mean look for Ghostface. Yeah, most of my reshoots are actually up in the loft, so I can't really show you one. Thank you for the help, says John. That's okay. See, when the UK had Gen 2 on ASI's tags, was it HMV that sold them? I don't know if it was HMV, but I know definitely Virgin Megastores sold them, because I've got one. There was a Virgin Megastores one listed on eBay a few years ago as well. Can't even get my words out anymore. Look, it was started at like 70 quid and then just crept up and up and up. But basically, it was a Gen 2 on an ASIS tag, and yeah, that went for decent money, which even for that time was pricey. Where's Douglas? I'm tired of your face. He's such a charmer, this chap, isn't he? Aye. I swear when this son of a bitch was born, they smashed the damn mould just to make sure another one didn't come. And this is how me and Dylan talk, cutting room floor. Scottish Lindsay, mine has it. Dylan, how's that red? Yes, he got a red in it. Tell him he's cute. Lindsay, wait for Monday's video. The collector's set is on Amazon right now for $28. There you go. You handsome devil. Oh, thank you, Dylan. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I've got something for Dylan. Hang on a minute. Let's see if we can get the right setting up here. This is just for Dylan. And it has to be the proper person saying it. I hope it's going to come through on the stream.
You some bitch!
There you go. Hey, Dylan.
You some bitch!
And then Dylan would come back with a comment like this.
I bloody well hurt! It was bloody meant to!
It was bloody meant to. This is one of my favourites from Cannonball Run. We're going to get back to stream, don't we?
You dumb shit. They haven't got a chance.
Oh, just good memories, good times. And when things were much better here as well, you know. But for the last time, Dylan.
You some bitch!
I need something to boost my positivity, and I've got to put the headphones in. These sounds make me so happy sometimes. And one more just to finish, because I need a boost.
Bye bye, baby.
Thank you. It's coming to an end, don't worry. There you go. So, sound alerts from the game stream. God, I do miss them. But we just got them back recently as well. So, they are back in my life. Anyway, let's see if we can get Mr. Douglas on, shall we? Let's see if we can get this so-called collector from USA somewhere. Drown Boy Productions. So one of the most knowledgeable son of a bitches that have ever come to pass with regards to Ghostface masks and collectibles and related to this hobby of ours. Again, this is one of the people that you go to for help. This is one of the people that can give you valuable information. This is one of the people that knows their shit. So let's see if we can bring up the Skype and get Monsieur Douglas on. And we haven't got English Douglas here tonight, Because English Douglas I've been spotting outside of work just lately. There is an English version of Douglas, honestly. He looks just like him. And he's just taller. He's just taller, but he looks so much like Douglas, it's uncanny. And I really hope this streaming software does exactly what it's meant to and brings him across on the Skype, because sometimes this Skype can be bloody trouble. Yeah, those sounds give me wonderful memories. Yeah, damn right they do. Big block V8. Aside from the amazing original Ghostface style mask, what's your favourite Ghostface variant, i.e. Scarecrow, Zombie, Mummy, Pumpkin? So aside from the original Ghostface, that's a good question. Let me think on that. Ask me again soon. But yes, we do get Douglas. Hello. He's responding on the Skype, on the text chat. Let's see what he's saying. He's typing something. Show... What? Show me yours before we get started. What do you on about? Show you what? What do you want to see? What do you want to see, Lindsay? What are you asking for? Okay. Where's that long-haired Mississippi fella? There you go. See, Dylan's nice now. People I know really like the Devil after the original. Yeah, whoa. Oh, Gen 2 ASIS. Bloody hell. Hang on. There's that many boxes here, man. I don't know where it is. Oh, for God's sake. I think it's in here. Is that? That's an end stamp. It's... There you go. Bloody hell. Give me a second. Alexa, turn off landing. Jesus, man. I can hardly move in here. I'm getting too hot. And someone's put bloody heating on, which is okay this time of year, but God, it's getting hot. I hate this keyboard. Here we go. Okay, Douglas, check your messages. So here we go then. God, this is a thin shroud, this is. Look at that, you see right through the damn thing. So yeah, for Scottish Lindsay, Woodsboro Slasher, Gen 2 ASIS, ASIS being this, as seen in Scream. So yeah, Generation 2 masks in the UK were a lot rarer. I mean, in USA they're bloody everywhere. But yeah, Generation 2 ASIS tag, and this is quite a nice copy as well, actually. You got to, of course, you got to see the Fun World diff. There you go. There you go. Gen 2 ASIS. Just came back from getting a cookie. You got any more? Holy shit, so much just fell down. Oh God. Come on. Okay, here we go. So just getting some mass out of the way because there's just too much around the sides of me at the minute. God, Bennett. Anyone want to buy mass? I've got too many, man. Bloody hell. Right. That one is sexy. Oh yeah, it's a nice Gen 2, that one. It's a very nice Gen 2. Just put that straight in my box. I pay good dollar. Do you? That's disgusting. Anyway. Angelo Stock, yeah. Thank you, Angelo Stock. There's better collections than mine, mate. Honestly, this is okay, yeah, but there's better than mine. Trust me. As I said earlier, I am not the shit, so to speak. I know some shit, but I am not the shit. I just turned that light off a minute ago. Bloody Alexa and these lights. Right, let's see if we can get Douglas on. Let's see what the latest from Mr. Douglas is. Remember, I've got to change cameras because of the bloody overlay that's going to come up in a sec. Hello, Mr. Dead Zone. How you doing? Okay, Douglas is ready. So, Douglas, if you're watching, I'm sure you're listening. Just remember to, if you're watching my stream, mute the stream and just go off the audio between us on the Skype call. So obviously I've got my headphones in. So let's see if we can get Mr. Douglas. There we go. Oh, hello. We got something coming.
Hey there.
Douglas!
Can you hear me, Mr. Wagstaff?
I can hear you, but I don't see you.
Let's see here.
The audio's fine.
That connected? Audio should be better now.
Audio's good. Audio's good. Oh, here we go. Something's happening. Oh, Douglas, for God's sake.
That's you, Tim.
I can't put that on the street. Get out of it, you something.
Fun World made it.
What the fuck? Hang on a minute. Let me change to the correct overlay on the stream because it's just me as it was seen before at the minute.
Now, you wouldn't be trying to censor me, Tim.
Whoa, I can censor you if you want. There we go. Let's make sure we've got Skype audio as well. There we go. Just say something, Douglas.
Something Douglas.
There you go. Something Douglas. Right, hang on a minute. I think... Oh, not this again. I hate this damn software sometimes. So, let's have a look.
I've got the chat up here as well, so I can see that.
Okay. And this one.
Howdy, Norwegian Scream. How's it going?
Oh yeah, I see his comments. Oh, this software just gets so annoying sometimes.
I changed my name. Yes, it was. It was the Pumpkin Wang.
The Pumpkin Wang. You can't say that. Hang on. Let me... Give me a second, Douglas. I've got to restart Skype. At least we know yours is working. Let me restart Skype because it's been a pain in the arse. Okay, let me restart Skype. I hate this damn thing, man. Let me just do this. This software, honestly, it's like pulling teeth sometimes. Good news though, we can see and hear Douglas. That's the main thing. As long as he's there and long as it's working, because he's been having problems lately. Right. Let's see. Here we go. Now we're laughing. Now we're laughing. Now we're back. You're going to see and hear him now. Come on. What's he doing? He's not answering now. Looks like, no, I've had enough. Come on, Douglas.
Okay.
Right.
Getting the video back on.
There we go. There he is. What did you show? What did you show last time, Douglas? What did you put in front of
What did I show? This premium quality Fun World merchandise. These things are so cool, and I had no clue about that whenever I shot the video. And I think it was Mr. JP that reached out and told me about that. He said, flip the mask over. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, flip the mask over.
Yeah, he says, look at the back of the mask. He messaged me, this is Jordan, Jigsaw JP, Jordan Pearl, or Jordan Parole as it looks to be spelled. And he says, yeah, look at the back of the mask. I was like, come on. So yeah, Jordan's the chap that worriedly quite found the back of the chin on the pumpkin. What's the latest then, Douglas? What you got to tell us?
You've been busy, haven't you? What do I have to tell you? I have definitely been busy trying to put out as many videos as possible. Some Trick or Treat Studios stuff, but a lot of Ghostface stuff this season.
Yeah, you're getting a bit too much items for my liking, Douglas. I'm sorry. You got more items than I've got
Tim.
bloody ultra whites.
I can understand how people feel, and the bad thing is a lot of it's just been through trade or getting it for like almost retail price online.
Yeah, true. Unfortunately, Douglas, it's all for nothing though, mate, because you're sending it all to me, and it's all going to go into my collection.
Sending it? I thought you were coming over here and picking it up. You said you were going to come inspect every mask in person first.
Well, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that, as long as the dodgy postman's not about. Hey, you know these postmen.
I thought you were taking it. I thought you were taking it back with you on the plane.
Well, a private plane. I bloody need one. For your collection, I've had to have a damn cargo plane, wouldn't I?
Yeah, there's a lot of Ghostface here.
Yeah, your background is slightly blurred. Have you been playing with the settings, you little swine?
No, I don't know what it's doing. It could be because it's like kind of dark back here. I'm sitting in the corner where the two display cases meet, I guess. Okay. So I've got the screen used robe over here, and I've got all the other, I guess, higher end masks in this display case.
Higher end.
And we've got some. Yes, that's the ones you want to protect these days, I guess. The older masks. Cotton shrouds and early poly shrouds.
Yes, especially if you're moving stuff and then you knock a barb off a mask. You know what I mean, Douglas?
Oh, yeah, you don't want to see that happen. Yep, that happens.
What was that on a zombie?
It's very unfortunate. I think it was the hard mold zombie that I had, the 2010, like one of the first run ones.
Ah, okay. That was on the...
It happens, though.
The back of the chin with the lines on.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, what do you want to update us with, Douglas? What can you
well, you asked me to come, Tim. I mean, what do you want to see here? Want to see some nice masks?
I want to see everything you're sending me. Aside from that, I haven't seen everyone.
So everything, then?
Yeah, everything, yeah. I haven't seen one of your latest, like the last few days' videos, but I've been catching up with them bit by bit on my days off. But what was this screen-used book that has recently been put out?
I'll pull that down in a minute.
Okay.
That's hanging on the wall right now.
Okay.
I'll have to get the whole display case. But as for recent, this is a pretty cool recent edition that's not a mask.
Oh, well. I've seen
the
one
Roman-style Ghostface phone.
Yeah. Even with a little...
Mr. Samir Ghazi sent this over as a gift.
Yeah, I saw online, Mr. Samir. Yeah, he's been gifting people some stuff lately. He even gifted some chap a Sparkle Road, didn't he?
I saw that. I think somebody got gifted a Gen 1 by him. Someone got gifted a Sparkle Robe. He sent me countless amazing things this year.
Yeah. I got a comment in the chat that says he's hiding his stock. I know what he's doing.
Hiding stock?
Hello, Douglas.
Who's this?
It's Hope.
Who said something about some stock now?
Broken Wings.
Okay.
Hope, a very nice lady. Yes, she says you're hiding the stock. I says I know what he's doing.
Yeah, you know me. I've got all this fine new old stock lying around.
I know, you little swine. You've got boxes of fantastics. You just keep it quiet.
Oh yeah.
Go on then.
What bring them out and admire them.
Yeah. Well.
All right. Let's see. What else do we have?
Let's see.
Buck knife. Buck 119 here.
Oh, 119. So slightly shorter. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, this is not the exact one that you're wanting to see, but this is another knife that Samir sent over.
Oh, you know, I don't see many 119s. I know obviously the differences, but yeah, that's a nice one. That are they? Is it true?
They're a lot more common these days.
Is it true that they're really sharp?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very very sharp. Both 120s and 119s.
Can you show us on your finger or something?
Let's see. You want to practice it on some flesh?
No. I was worried you're going to do it.
It scrapes bone?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Scream 2.
I've got a few fingers to spare, right?
Yeah. Oh, Douglas, come on. You need them fingers for unboxing. Let's just leave it at that. And to show pumpkin masks.
That's right.
So you've been
Well,
round.
one more
Oh, here we go.
before the knife. But go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Let's see. What's this here? What's this?
Okay, this is another piece from Samir since we're on a roll.
Ooh.
This is one I definitely did not expect, but this was a proposed trade. I think you already know what this one is. We have another
you son of a bitch.
tagged Fantastic Faces Gen 1 or Splotch mold.
Oh, Mr. Splotch, is that right?
It's a Splotch mold.
Mm.
And it has the earlier style alternate tag.
Yeah. So that, to me, says it's more Gen 1 than a possible Gen 2. And I always believe, and Carrie Ann always believes, that they are more Gen 1s. But there is opinions out there, and that's everyone's opinion can be different. But what do you think, Gen 1 or Gen 2?
Well, I think that they were certainly made during that time period. And previously, we always said, since there was the absence of eyeliner on any splotch fluorescence, that they were for sure Gen 1. But even recently, we have seen Gen 1 multi-dot, second dimple, small dot with the eyeliner on fluorescence and splotches with eyeliner, I believe. So,
yeah,
who knows? I would say that it's the same sculpture as far as I can tell. Outside of maybe, the lines where the shroud's supposed to be stitched on and possibly some distortion in the mask. It's the same sculpture. Yeah. And even between the small dot, second dimple, stuff like that, there are small differences other than just the dots in the mouth. But that's the easy identifying factors.
Yeah.
So I would say that they're all early Fantastic Faces masks.
Yeah, well, I think that's an accurate identification there. Yeah, my splotch has actually got eyeliner. That's at Fun World at the minute. I want it back, but yeah, that's a good mask though. That's a nice mask. That if you can just put it in the box with the rest of the stuff.
Oh yeah. Your single one's getting lonely over there, huh?
It is getting lonely over there. I sent it for signing, and unfortunately, I think it was already signed, but I didn't know. I'm sure it wasn't signed, but I think he signed it, and it's just sat on his desk in the plastic bag. But he wound me up at the time. He says, "You sent your mask over." I says, "Yeah." He says, "Where is it?" I says, "What do you mean, where is it?" I says, "Where's the mask? I've just got packaging and bubble wrap." I says, "Oh, come on." And I goes, "RJ, you're joking." And he goes, "Yeah, I am joking." I goes, "You son of a..."
I know that your heart had to have just sank.
Yeah, but that's like the third or fourth time it's been to Fun World, because they used it in reference for the sideshow figure. And
getting really risky here, Tim.
I know.
It's an awful lot of risk taken.
It's too much risk. But he lost that mask once. RJ lost that mask. He sent me this. I sent him some masks to be signed, and the one that didn't come back was the Splotch Gen 1. I was like, "Where's the mask?" He says, "What do you mean?" I says, "There's a mask missing, but the box has got a massive split right on the edge, and it's easily you just press on the box and it just opens up the whole box." And he goes, "You mean we lost your mask?" I says, "I don't know. I hope that you haven't lost the mask, because that's me only white Fantastic at the time." And he goes, "Let me look." And it took him about a week, and he finally found the mask at the back of a mini refrigerator.
In his office?
Yeah.
Oh.
A mini refrigerator.
Behind the mini fridge.
Yeah, he says, "How the hell did it end up there?" I said, "I don't care. I ended up there. Can I have my mask back?" He goes, "You're never going to send it again, right?" I says, "Well, maybe not." I says, "It depends what it's for and what the reasons are." I says, "I trust you with it again, but just keep an eye on it." And he's got it now, and it must have been there a month and a half already. And he says, "You didn't send any chocolate. I'm going to keep it for longer." I was like, "Well, come on," because I didn't send any flaky bars. But aside from that, that mask has been a couple of times over there, and it's done some miles.
At least it was found.
Yeah. Oh,
that other mask that was lost. Have you heard the news of what that mask sold for yesterday?
Really? What's it?
Because you had the mask that was lost from the set of Scream 5 and Resurrection, correct?
Yes.
Well, you know that one of those just sold yesterday on Prop Store auction, an unaltered, non-screen used mask. 20,000 pounds.
What?
Tim. So if I'm not joking. So if you can get the police involved, I do believe that would. I don't know necessarily how the legal system works where you're at, but you really might want to try and show them that evidence, because that's public information. 20,000 pounds for one of those unaltered masks.
And mine was number 1.
Insane.
RJ, I said to RJ the other day, I says, "You remember what you sent?" He goes, "What do you mean?" I says, "You remember what was in that box exactly?" I goes, "It was number 1, wasn't it?" Because he sent Jordan number 2 recently. for helping him out with something that I asked Jordan to help with.
I saw that. It's so
And
cool.
I was like, he got number 2, the son of a bitch. I says, and RJ goes, what happened to number 1? I says, what happened to number 1? Don't you remember? And he goes, what do you mean? I says, you sent me number 1 and it was lost. He goes, oh shit. And that's what he said. He goes, oh shit. He goes, I forgot about that. I says, yeah, number 1's lost. I says, he's got number 2. He goes, yeah. I says, well, where's number 3? I don't know where number 3 is.
I'd like to know where 1 is as well.
Yeah, exactly. But I've got number 5, but that was only off Resurrection because that was never went to Screen 5 set. I've had it 7 years. But yeah.
What's worse is you know that somebody out there, whoever took that mask or wherever it's ended up, they have no clue what they have.
You know what? I reckon some bitch out there possibly noticed. I'm not known unless it's among collectors, and even among collectors, not everyone knows me. But
I guess if anybody noticed anything, it maybe would be Fun World's,
yeah,
return address being on there.
Yeah, I wonder if they saw the address and thought, oh, Fun World, we know that. Let's have a look.
Because if it was somebody that knew, they would know Fun World doesn't directly sell anything. So this wouldn't be standard merchandise in the box.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, number 1 is out there somewhere and some bitch has got it. And it makes you fucking sick, honestly. But I don't know, Douglas. All I can say is just please send it back as soon as possible. Because you've had it for long enough. He's going, you up. Yeah. I
really hope that somehow, someday that would turn up because that is a huge piece to have lost. The only thing worse than that would be a screen-used mask,
Yes, yeah. Imagine that one that went for $27,000 getting lost in the post. That won't be good, would it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So now you want to see the knife, huh?
Oh, yes. Let's have a look, Douglas.
I've got to be careful here. Because I have something else hidden behind this curtain that I can't reveal quite yet.
Oh, that's okay, because your filter or whatever it is on your Skype is blurring out everything apart from you, and so you are sort of like all blurred at the minute. And then as you come into focus, it focuses and shows you again. So I don't know what's up with your phone or whatever, but it's in a really weird setting. Oh, look at this.
I don't know what it's doing, but
yeah.
Here's the display case.
Jesus Christ, look at that, man. So a screen-used knife from Screen 1 is this? What's this from?
No, I wish.
It's not Screen 1, it's Screen...
This was from Screen...
I'll let you explain.
This is Screen Resurrection.
This is Resurrection, okay.
So this is Season 3 of the TV series. Mm-hmm. And this is the one and only Metal Hero knife that they had on set. And this is a sharp knife.
This is a sharp knife.
It is a sharp knife. It is labeled, I don't know how well you can see it, but on the sheath, so that no actors would pick it up and possibly harm themselves or someone else, it does say Eric, which is the prop master, Eric's personal hero sharp.
Oh, it's sort of in and out of focus with the camera filter. Whatever your camera's doing, I don't know, but as you tilt it, we see it, then it goes out of focus again, then it comes into focus. It's very temperamental.
Well, I do have some better photos and videos of this. No, I haven't dropped it recently, but it could be a plethora of problems this thing's having.
It could just be Skype. I don't know, but we can hear and see you for the most part. There you go. That's it. Keep it like that. Keep it like that. That's it. Keep still. Right, I need you to stay like that for 30 minutes. Okay.
All right, can do. I won't move.
Look at that. I can see the Erics on it. Yeah. So a screen-used solid steel knife, basically. From Scream Resurrection, or as RJ and the studio called it, Scream 3. But yeah, the third series, Scream Resurrection. Look at that. That's nice.
So yeah, I think the last time I was on here, we showed the Scary Movie stunt knife, one of the killer knives.
That's right, yeah. That's the full chrome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I've said something along the lines of, this is probably as close to a screen-used Ghostface knife as I'll ever get, because
that's it. Yeah.
The prices on these, if they do sell, is insane, and I would never pay these auction prices for these knives. They are cool, but I mean, when you get over $10,000 for something like this, it just feels a little unrealistic.
Look at that.
But this was a full trade. Yet again, didn't pay a penny for this.
You didn't pay a penny?
I did not pay a penny for this. This was a trade.
Do you want to say what the trade is, or is that private?
Oh, sure. No, I'll say it.
Okay.
This was a pretty good trade. So it came from the same gentleman, and I doubt you can see it behind me, but there is a Scream 2 theater robe and mask that were used in the theater scene that came from this guy, and this. Okay. And the trade was my Rob Zombie Halloween 2 stunt coveralls, which were used in the ending of the theatrical cut of the film.
Oh.
So it was costume for costume.
Right.
And then my Rob Zombie Halloween 1 stunt knife with the display case for this hero knife with the display case. So knife for knife, costume for costume.
Jesus, man. That's nice.
And I think as far as what properties they are, I think it was a great trade.
Mm.
As far as value-wise, I think it was a great trade. And he's super happy because he has the largest collection of Rob Zombie Halloween screen use props. He has a ton of stuff. So it fit more with his collection.
Yeah. So he's in heaven then, isn't it? He's got what he wants, you got what you want. Yeah. That's our trade.
Oh, I'm in heaven. I probably never would have had a screen use knife otherwise.
Wow. This is the thing, Douglas. All good things come to those who wait, you see. And maybe
that's right. And that is a lesson that anybody watching needs to learn. When it comes to paying these crazy, crazy prices on masks online, don't do it. If you wait, it will pop up for cheap. It absolutely will pop up for cheap.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Well, Scream Ghost says, get that special item behind the curtain show, Douglas. What's he talking about?
Oh, he knows what it is. I think I've told you what it is, Tim.
You may have done, yes. You may have done.
I know I've shown it to Carrie Ann. There's a handful of fans that I have shown. And it was supposed to be revealed for Halloween. That was going to be the Halloween special because I wanted to do something pretty special for the video on that piece.
Yeah. But
instead, we went ahead and showed the knife, which I'm going to go ahead and pull it out, actually.
He needs to rephrase that. You're going to go ahead and what? Look at this. Oh, yes. There you go.
Not as heavy with the innuendos as you were earlier, Tim.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. You know? It's so easy to do, Douglas, honestly. It's too easy. But that's a nice look at that. And yeah.
I'm shaking a little bit holding this because even though it is the TV series, this is a real Ghostface knife.
It's still part of it, yeah. It's still part of it. And Resurrection's got its opinions, but, you know, it's still Ghostface history now, and that's fact. Look at that.
Yeah, most fans preferred that to seasons 1 and 2.
Oh, well, you can understand why. Seasons 1 and 2...
Yeah.
Well, they should have been
the
called
blowjob
something
mask.
else.
You guys can't get over
it. Blowjob mask. It should have been called something else, Douglas. They didn't have to attach Scream to it, honestly.
I agree. I think that the series would have done much, much better commercially if it was just called Lakewood.
Yeah, exactly. Because
play it like a teen drama, kind of like Dawson's Creek. Yeah. People would have liked it. They would have compared it to Scream, but in a positive way.
Yeah,
instead of going, well, it's not like Scream because this.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. They could have done themselves a few favors in that direction, but they had to use the bloody name, didn't they? But yeah.
Yep.
Hope says she loves season 1 and 2. I don't mind watching them, and I don't mind the plot and the killers and everything. It's just they didn't really have to attach Scream to it. But yeah, seasons 1 and 2 I watched. Season 3 I watched, of course, and I watched the special as well because I had to give it a fair chance. But yeah, it's just I don't know, Brandon James. I honestly thought, Brandon James. Spoiler alert. You would have possibly seen some sort of revengeful Brandon James doing the killings, but it was never anything to do with him, was it? It was just in reference to him, so to speak.
Well, it seems like they kind of hinted at it towards, that cliffhanger ending that we got.
Yeah.
But then they never actually gave us that.
No, we never got nothing more, did we? And then It went to Resurrection, and then Ghostface was back, and then Roger was back, and then we had what we got. I mean, I sussed out one of the killers, which was the male killer, I'll say, in case anyone's not watched. And I didn't suss out the other one, but it was just nice to see an EU stamp, a resurrection mask, and Roger being back, and Ghostface causing trouble.
It has its fun. I think it's interesting to see Ghostface do a bit more in that series than just stabbing people, so I like that aspect. But it felt like a lot of the other parts of the story maybe were lacking in some ways.
Yeah.
And the release of it really hurt it. The 2 episodes a night over 3 different nights. There's your whole thing. They just kind of dumped it out there after the whole Weinstein incident.
Yeah, didn't they just? Yeah, true. I remember that, 'cause I remember always seeing the Rat Party was going on, when they posted online, says, yeah, we're all done, wrap party, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, it's like, yeah, it's not coming till March, because I think they wrapped about August or September the year before. And, yeah, we had to wait all the way till March or April, I think it was. Was it March or April?
I think it may have even been like a full year that it was delayed.
It a year?
Or two. It was a year or 2 years, I think. I want to say it was made in 2017 or into 2016, supposed to release 2017 and came out 2019 maybe?
Yeah, I think you could be right there. Yeah.
Because I know it was shelved for a while, and we were wondering if we were ever even going to get it.
Yeah, that was it, because it was wrapped and edited, so to speak, but then nothing happened with it, wasn't it? That was it. And I remember seeing some of the cast on Twitter saying, yeah, we've done this a while ago, we don't know what's going on with it. And, yeah, people were like, God, I hope we're still going to get it, because, Ghostface is back. And then whatever
and those people worked for it.
That's true, yeah, they did work for it. But yeah, I remember seeing the progress of the journey on Twitter. Starter filming, the odd picture here and there, and then next thing you know, it was the wrap party, and then it was just in like hover status. You're like, what's going on? And yeah, finally it came, didn't it? And my first impressions were generally okay. I didn't mind Resurrection, but it was just more Ghostface for me that sort of swayed it. But yeah, I'd always give him a fair chance. But yeah, seasons 1 and 2. If it was a different name, could have possibly worked better for the studios. And the special, what the hell was on with the special, man? It was such a weird...
A weird departure, for sure.
Yeah, it was a bit like I Still Know What You Did Last Summer gone wrong. It was very strange in many aspects with the special. I was like, God, who the hell put this together, for God's sake? And, it was such a weird way of doing things. And I was like, God, things like this you probably wouldn't expect to even be approved, Be one of them things you hear about that never happened, but it did happen, and it was just so strange.
Right.
But as you say, we never got any sort of confirmation or closure, did we?
No, and it sucks because realistically that special could have been that, but instead it just set it up for possibly a new season and then never went anywhere.
And then, yeah, nothing ever happened because the actors and the actresses, they were good, like Audrey and I forget the other one now, the short black hair. It's been that long since I've watched it. They were generally good.
Noah did a good job too.
Yeah, Noah was like you. He was like another Douglas. He just
He's
knew
a
his
bit
shit.
of a Randy character.
Sort of, but. Same with that English Douglas. God, Douglas, I need to get a picture of him for you.
How many people do we have in here, Tim? How many people are in the live stream?
It says we've got about 16 at the minute. It's variating.
Okay. How dead set are you on keeping this stream up after it's done?
What do you mean?
Well, I do have that one particular special piece that I was wanting to save to do a special reveal on my channel in the future. But for your small audience that is here currently, since it's only a select few people that have hung around this long, I figured it could be a little treat for them to see it early if they want to.
Okay. Well, you know what? This stream's going to be staying on, so yeah, if you want to, and if you feel comfortable with it, then let's see what the item is.
We'll continue talking, and I'll think that one over because it's a pretty spicy one.
Oh, it's a spicy one, is it? Okay, just checking the chat.
It's a spicy one.
A lot of people in the chat, they like season 1 and 2. And Darky honestly thought the fight scene with Candyman was good, but overall Ghostface would have died.
I agree.
Hope likes Noah, and she likes Bex Taylor Claus and Audrey too. Yeah, I changed my name. She's got some eyes. What are you saying? Oh, we've gone up another viewer. God, the streaming software. I don't think it's. I think it's like in the last 5 minutes of who's been viewing. I don't know if it's actually who's watching right now. I believe it's in the last 5 minutes.
I mean,
but yeah,
I think we're still good enough. I see Mr. Dylan in there.
Oh, is Dylan still here?
Oh, that Dylan. I'm telling you, Sam.
Jeez, he's got mouth like a
handful
sewer.
All the time.
He's got mouth like a sewer. It's all right because sometimes some of his banter gets me through a day. Sometimes, or he'll just send a random.
Yeah,
message.
we had a good little laugh about Halloween Ends because I went and saw it and he hadn't seen it yet.
Oh,
and
really?
He was asking me a little bit about it, and I was like, I'm not going to say anything. You just got to see it. And he messaged me as soon as he got done. He's like, what the fuck did I just watch?
I've not seen it yet, and I've only just watched the other two as well. But yeah, Hope was saying last night in the chat, she said, oh, if you need to see Halloween, like Hope thinks Halloween Ends is a good one, and other people have got different opinions. We're all different, but yeah, I'm yet to see Ends, so to speak, and I need to see what goes on. But what I'm hearing about
I'll keep it this simple. I don't think it's a bad horror movie. I think it was intentionally misleading to its audience for the end of this whole finale of this 44-year-long journey we've been on, that they've hyped up. I think that they kind of intentionally trolled the audience, and I think that was a very poor choice to do. But as far as the outline of the story and how it's structured, I think it's awesome, and it would have been so much better explored elsewhere. Kind of in the way that Scream Seasons 1 and 2 should have been called something else. If this was a part of an anthology series or another entirely different franchise, sure. But as the ending of the story, it was very disappointing.
Okay. Yeah, I know there's different opinions, but, we've all got our own opinion. But, yeah, I am going to go see it at some point, and basically I'll see what I conclude. But, yeah, it's weird, because at this convention recently, there was 3 Mayas walking about and just staring at people. And one had a 78 Myers mask on, one had a 2018 Halloween mask on, and one had a Halloween Kills Halloween mask on. And we couldn't get any words out of them. They just wouldn't speak. There was like staying in character. And we basically got like thumbs up or thumbs down with regards to questions we asked. And I said, Halloween 2018, and he went, thumbs up. I says, Halloween Kills, and he goes, thumbs up. And I goes, Halloween Ends, and his thumb just turned and went, no. I was like, okay. He's like, no. I was like, and that all 3 of them were like that, the same opinion. And one of them were from Liverpool. I think there's all from Liverpool or surrounding area, but they was all like, no. The third one is a no-no, and the other 2 are good. I was like, okay then. So, yeah. We've got the... Douglas, you're pissing off people in the chat. What's this? Look.
Oh, they want to see it?
Show it, Douglas.
They want to see it?
Yeah, let's not...
All right.
Should have just been called
I will...
Yeah, we got people... Come on, Douglas, let's see this mystery item, says Anthony Parker.
Okay. We'll get this hyped up properly, because it deserves it. It deserves the hype. It does. This is probably the coolest item I have in my entire Scream collection, Tim.
Okay. It must be good.
But in my opinion, I think it's much cooler than the Scream 2 hero robe.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
This is something that I acquired on Mr. Wes Craven's birthday.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. So it was not intentionally meant for that to happen. That's just how things worked out. But it certainly makes it more special to me that it happened on his birthday.
Okay.
So I guess I'll go get it off the wall. But the initial plans for this unveiling was to go to a convention and to meet the actor that this piece is involved with, and to do a video with them on the piece. And I still plan to do this.
Okay. All right.
So you keep the people entertained while I carefully remove this from the wall. I don't want to break it.
Okay. Yeah, just go steady. No rush. What the hell is he getting down? It's a special piece for sure. Oh, Screen Ghost, he must know what it is then.
He knows. He does know what it is.
Oh, he does know. Okay. Well, same with this. One of these 3 masks that I'm not allowed to show. When people see the main mask, so to speak, they're going to be liking it. And RJ says I can show it at Christmas some point, so we'll have to see how it goes. But I just hope he doesn't change his mind on me, because the amount of times he'll say, you can show it at this time, and you go, okay, and you get built up for it and look forward to it, and then, oh, you can't show it. You're like, oh, come on.
I almost dropped it.
You almost dropped it.
Because of how I've positioned everything back here, everything's on top of it.
Ah, okay. Just go slow, Douglas, don't worry. People will wait. Ooh. Whatever it is, it's bloody big, isn't it? What the hell is this?
It's quite large.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait for a second, see how it's looking on camera. All right.
Screen Ghost says, if I could have another screen use piece, this would be it. So there we go then.
Yeah, I would agree. Aside from maybe one other victim character I can think of in Scream 1, this is probably the coolest non-Ghostface piece you could possibly have. And I'm a little bit little bit excited to show this to you guys because this is
Really?
unbelievable to me that I own this. Randy's death costume from Scream 2.
Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking... Okay, that and the new knife is coming across. Look at this. Look at
this. Is the full costume.
You've even got
I
an
have
RDS.
it framed up. Yeah. I have it framed up here. The pants are behind the jacket.
Okay.
And inside of the jacket is his button-up shirt and 2 tank tops.
Jeez.
They double layered the tank tops, I'm guessing, so he wouldn't get too cold due to stage blood.
Yeah, yeah. Because that's meant to be cold stuff.
Yeah, I do have the shoes as well. The shoes are in the display case back here, but they wouldn't fit in here, obviously.
Jesus.
But
Christ. I shouldn't
Randy's
be
death
so much.
costume.
Look at that.
I know, Tim. It's a pretty awesome piece.
Yeah, there's people in the chat going, wow, oh my God. And so you want to talk to Jamie about it, do you?
Yes, I want to bring this shrouded and covered to Jamie and get his reaction to being shown this on camera. And I also want, maybe, because, you know, Jamie does vlogs on his channel, and he sometimes does do videos when he goes to conventions, be like, all right, get out your camera. If there was any time you want to film something, this is it.
That's the time.
And then I'll unveil it. I want to show it to him. I want to talk to him some about what he remembers from that day.
Yeah.
Maybe even just talk to him some about Wes. Because one of my favorite things about this is obviously there's a great shot of him behind the scenes sitting next to Wes.
That's true, on the wall.
In this outfit.
Yeah. And you can match that outfit to this, can you? The marks,
you can screen match it to all the behind the scene. There's like blood drips down the lapel and on the arms and stuff. So the lapel is easily matched to that behind the scenes photo of him covered in blood and smiling.
Yeah.
And the blood's all over his face, and he's got the water bottle.
Yeah.
You can match it to that super easy. The picture of him with Wes. In the actual movie, as you know, you only see him for a second when it goes up his sleeve.
Yes.
You can match all the blood stains on the sleeve.
Well.
So this is the one.
That is the one.
And then the mask here, I felt like it was fitting to have that on display with it.
Yes.
And also, I want to tell Jamie about that, because in this great big world of Ghostface masks, all these fan-made names and semi-official names that we've given them, the T stamp, the HN stamp, all these other masks are known by their stamp type or tag type. This is the only one that we all know as the RDS, the Randy Death Scene.
That's true.
Nobody calls this the MK mask. It's the RDS.
That's true. It's RDS, simple as that. Yeah. There's a question,
His
Douglas.
death was that impactful.
Yeah, it was that impactful. But there's a question, Douglas, from Hope. And she says, how did you get it, Douglas? Or are you saving that for the video that you want to do? How did you acquire this?
I will share that with you all here. So that is another great story. Whenever I came into the Ghostface collecting world and started just looking at photos online of different screen use props and stuff like that, I came across the gentleman who owned this whole costume.
Right.
And I asked to buy it for years. Pestered this guy, not constantly, just like once every 6 months, I'd go, hey, you thought about selling it possibly? Yeah. And he was like, no, not yet, but if I go to let go of it, I'll let you know. That's what I kept getting over and over.
Okay.
Then, no word from him. Randomly one day, a follower hits me up and says, hey, look at what I just bought. And I was like, well, I'm really happy for you. That's awesome. But if you decide to sell, please let me know. And it was like well over like a year, maybe even like a year and a half. And then finally one day they hit me up and they said, hey, I'm ready to part with it.
Yeah.
And I did not pay a penny for this. This was a trade as well.
What the Jesus Christ, man. What'd you trade for this?
Well, that's the hard part.
Okay.
The trade did cost me 2 pieces that are very, very sought after pieces I didn't really want to let go of. One, I'm a lot more attached to than the other, but they are currently both still here.
Okay.
But piece number 1 is the screen used scary movie knife.
Ooh.
So that one, sad to let it go, but especially since I worked out the trade with the actual Ghostface knife, I'm not as worried about it.
Okay.
The second piece, however, is still one that I really, really don't want to part with. And it was a very, very tough decision to do this, but it came down to essentially this is it, or you just don't get the costume. And I think you may agree with me that I made the right choice. I traded my tagged pink Gen 1.
Oh, you some bitch. Douglas.
Yep. That's one of the hardest. $5. $5. It was $12 for everything.
It had a $12 price. Yeah, that was it, yeah. So you
It was $12 for that and all the decorations.
Oh, you little shit. You know what? There are, and I believe there are, other tag pinks out there. You just got to find the son bitches.
I agree, and that's why I did it. Because
with
this,
what you've got,
100% one of a kind. This is the only one out there.
That's true. So
and it's the fan favorite character.
You got a good deal, yeah. So you got a $12 Halloween bundle, and you've got the I've gone totally blank now. You've got the scary movie knife. But you've got, as you say, which is a very valid point, a one of a kind screen match, screen use, the real shit.
Yep, this is the one.
Randy's death outfit.
The death costume of probably the fan favorite character. In my opinion, the only death costume of a victim that I can think of that would be more desirable than this would be Casey Becker's.
Yeah, that's true. Or Stu and Billy as well. Yeah.
Well, see, I said victim.
That's true. Yeah, I was thinking more Scream on Bloodbath, but yeah, you're right.
Right. I would say Billy and Stu would obviously maybe place a little bit higher than this too, but those are Ghostface killers.
That's true. These are victims.
Spoiler alert
for
anybody that hasn't seen it.
For someone. Oh, Douglas, you've just ruined it.
We ruined the movie.
Oh, after 25 years, you'd have thought they'd have watched it. Been almost 26. Yeah, but look at that.
But yeah,
look at that.
This is like I said, it's mind-blowing to me because Scream 2, first movie that I watched in the franchise, and I've got the killer robe from the opening, and then now I've got my favorite character's death costume.
Yeah.
So I couldn't be happier. And as compared to the killer robes, I mean, there's a handful of them out there. Mr. Scream Ghost has one. He recently acquired that CC's death robe.
Yes, he does. Yep.
And with this, it's the only one. So it's very special to me. This is probably my favorite Scream piece in the collection, at least Scream use.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about putting it back because it can just come straight here.
Oh, it's quite heavy, Tim. I
don't care how heavy it is, it's coming. I'll send you the special mask that I'm not allowed to show. Is that a trade? Okay.
The real question is though, Tim,
yes.
Is it worth it now to make the trip over here to come check out everything?
Oh, you know what? If I had the push of a button and I could do that tomorrow, next week, then yeah, I'd still come. Yeah. Because
rifle around in here for a couple of days.
Oh yeah, I'll be there for about a week. Going through your place to me is like RJ's office. You want to be there for a while, just looking at everything in minute detail, and just noting things down in your memory, in your head, and going, yeah, look at this, and just enjoying, Like RJ's office is boxes and boxes and boxes, all these different things that aren't all Ghostface. But you'd find some interesting things. Yours, it is all Ghostface, for the most part at least. And there's other items, of course. But I would be there if I could. And you'd have an English visitor with an English accent going through your collection bit by bit. And I'm sure there'd be the odd time you'd say, right, you didn't see this, keep it quiet, or you didn't see that, keep it quiet. And I reckon there's always something in the background there.
At this point, nothing.
No?
Nothing hidden. That was the only hidden thing I had in the collection.
Kyle says, now Douglas...
I guess let's look at chat for a minute.
Yeah, look at the chat, Douglas. They're talking about you. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Let's see. Come on, Douglas. Let's see the mystery item.
Lindsay's getting mad because the camera keeps blowing.
I understand. Oh, yeah. Seems like everybody... pretty excited about that one.
Yeah, that was a damn good one.
How does YouTube... He does YouTube, so you guys got to do it. Oh, you talking about Tim coming out
Jamie
here.
Kennedy.
Oh, no, he's talking about Jamie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that he would totally be down. I think you'd be excited to see it.
Yeah. When I met him in Pasadena, I said I was about coming on the site one day because I had my ghostface.co.uk t-shirt. He goes, yeah, sure, man, sure. But, saying yes, sure, compared to how many fans he saw that day, he's probably, got a lot going on. So maybe at the right time I could try and get him on. But yeah, with you and that story to see his reaction, I think that'd be a damn good video. And yeah, you'd probably have it as one of your top performing videos.
Yeah, I hope I can do that.
Yeah, I hope you can, Douglas.
I think so.
Yeah, I reckon you can pull it off.
Let's see. Find the real RDS robe and mask to go with it. I wish that there was any pictures of the mask online anywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't think any, even from the theater scene, confirmed green used masks have ever popped up like RDS style.
That's true, yeah. That's true. Not that I've ever heard of. Yeah.
After the trip to Douglas, come to Vegas. All right, they want you to come back to Vegas.
Yeah.
Think someone still owns it? Are they a big Sarah Michelle Gellar fan?
Oh, okay. Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, let's see. Do we know if anyone owns Cece's death costume? I would like to add that to my robe side by side. Do we know of any?
You know what? I swear I've seen that in a picture online, in a frame. I swear I've seen that what Cece died in, so to speak.
What's that?
Like the pinky sort of woolly top and the brown trousers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do know who owns the actual Cece's death costume. I believe that her clean costume, as well as her death costume, were both auctioned off within the last year.
Really?
That would be awesome, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good.
The same leather jacket Phil wore, I've been looking.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. Plus, I got it on Wes's birthday. Great green story. That is my favorite part of it, too. Yes. It felt like fate just aligned for this to work out in such a way where, all right, there it is. That's in my opinion. I never thought that a Ghostface robe was ever going to be achievable. I always thought maybe victim wardrobe would be easier, and that was one of the pieces I wanted since I very first got in the community. And obviously, as we would say with many of these things, it's something that you would never really expect to own, being a fan of it so long ago. But
true.
Here it is. What can I say? Here it is.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I swear, if it was at all possible, even if Jamie came to you, that'd be a miracle on its own. But you imagine just for whatever reason, who knows, but you imagine if you could just rope together some of the Scream or Scream 2 cast and say, right, have a look in this fan's house, go into that back room and go and just look around in awe as you gaze and gasp and go, shit in hell. They'd look at your stuff and go, what the fuck is all this? And then when you would start going into the stories and background of the items, you'd ball them over. And I bet many of them out there, like Hallie, Elise Neal, and even Jerry O'Connell, and, Jamie, of course, and anyone else you can sort of think of. Nev, would be an excellent one, of course. But you imagine the reactions of just people walking around that room and you're explaining the past, the history of it, how you attained it, what it was used in, and they're looking. And Jamie particularly would go, Jesus, I was in these fucking clothes, I died in these clothes, so to speak, on screen, and it would be so surreal. But while it may be not impossible, but very not possible to sort of get him to your residence, so to speak, I reckon if you could just get him on, as you say, on YouTube, whether it's YouTube or Skype chat or whatever it is you end up doing, if you do it, which I hope you do, I hope he's up for it, and I hope I just want to see his reaction, and say, because he'll probably, what it's like. I think he
might get it even a little emotional.
Yeah, what it's like if you've seen him on his YouTube. Holy shit, man! And it'd probably freak out and say, God, I was in those clothes. I can sort of imagine what he'd say after meeting him, because he's quite brash when you come across him. And I said, do you realise, when I met him, I said, do you realise what you did to fans when Randy went? Says, hey, somebody had to go, man. I said, yeah, but, why Randy? It was too early. He goes, yeah, but somebody had to go. I was like, well, yeah, okay, but why then? I says, at least you got back for Screen 3.
He didn't want Randy to die.
I don't think he did. I always heard a story, that apparently Jamie wanted to try more directional input with Wes, and that was part of the reason that they sort of concocted Randy was going to go. And there was always rumours and speculation and assumptions again that maybe Randy wasn't always meant to go, but because of the situation, this is what I've heard many times, that Randy or Jamie wanted to learn some directing skills, that was possibly a little bit of the reason they decided to get Randy out of the way. But I don't know if that's ever been fully confirmed in any shape, way, or form. I'd love to ask Kevin about that.
That'd be a good question to ask him.
Yeah, you want to, if you ever do come across him and you do get lucky and say, right, you're going to do an interview of whatever type and show him the stuff, that would be something definitely to touch on and say, look, there was a rumour, but that's exactly what it is at the minute. We do not know. So, yeah, I can only say, Douglas, I wish you luck getting that, mate, because if you can pull that off, Jesus, like Lee Waddell wants to come on here, which would be nice to do. And I'm sure it'd be nice to do for you if you can get Lee on as well with some of the stuntman stories and the Hey Chen being used in Scream 2. See, we're still on Scream 2, aren't we? But
Yeah.
All of us as fans and as a group effort, we can pull out some good stuff sometimes. And I really hope you get Jamie to come and chat to you, because his reaction will be priceless, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think he could maybe even get a little emotional over it, because, like I said,
he could.
He didn't want Randy to go. It seems like nobody really wanted Randy to go, but somebody, like he said, somebody had to die, and it wasn't going to be one of the big three, I guess. So Randy was on the chopping block.
I know,
and that's the costume. That's the last thing that he wore on screen alive. I mean, technically there's the Scream 3 role, but that's before he dies, obviously.
That's true, in his brown t-shirt and that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was a sort of clever way.
Do you know Randy's final word?
Randy's final word.
The final thing he said, the final word out of his mouth before he died. Let's see if anybody in chat knows it.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
It's been a while since I watched Scream 2. I'm trying to think now. I've got it in my head what he said, but I'll see if the chat say anything.
I'm not seeing anything yet.
See if anybody knows what he said before before the stabbing commenced.
I'll give you a hint. It's a name.
Yes, it is a name. Yeah,
he said a name.
I know what it is. Yeah, it's also a drink.
Oh, yeah. Very dangerous word to speak.
It is. Yeah, but there was a lot going on in the 90s. Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, Bundy, OJ, and then that's it. In he goes. Yeah.
Maybe OJ was the third killer in Scream 2.
Oh, come on, don't start with these fan assumptions again. My God. Yeah, you imagine that. Jesus Christ. But
I got a quick question for you, Tim.
Go on then.
Do you have a 2016 sample mask?
Do I have a 2016 sample mask? What sort of sample? What do you mean? EU?
Factory sample mask. Yes.
I have a 16 EU, but not a sample.
Well, you do now.
Why is that?
Because I'm going to be sending you one when we finally get that package worked out. I've got an extra here for you.
I've got your package at the side of me.
I've got your package in my living room. And there's a 2016 factory sample mask lying right on top.
Oh, is there now? Is there? So I've got a
What's
Up. I've got Ray Stamp EU set of metallics. Yeah, I've got your box right here. It's a shame I can't get the camera onto the Skype call for you. Let me...
I've got the chat right next to me, so that's why I'm glancing over every now and again.
Oh, okay. Here you go, Douglas. You see the... Is that going to display on your side?
I see you opening up the box.
Yeah, this is what... Where's me webcam? Oh, it's been a pain.
Broken Wings, if you're saying it was on a Facebook prop group as far as the Randy Death costume, it was posted in a prop group many, many years ago. If you're talking about Cece's costume, the Death costume and Bloody costumes may have been shared there, but I believe the non-Bloody version was sold through Heritage earlier this year, and for pretty crazy money. But these props are insane now. I have had a quote from a prop company on what they think Randy's Death costume would go for, just for insurance purposes. I have no intentions of selling it anytime soon. And in fact, I'll say this publicly because it's already been said privately. If I die and that costume is in my possession when I die, that costume is being willed to Maggie Blaine.
Really?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, man. Well, we need to get that changed to Tim Wagster.
So if I die and it's still here, now that doesn't mean you and Maggie figure out a way to kill me so you can get the costume quicker.
We'll halve it. She can have the trousers, I'll have the top. But no, Maggie's a good one. Yeah, I was on about this last night to Hope. Yeah, there are good people. And yeah, there's also not so good people, depending on where you're looking and what communities. But yeah, Maggie is a good one.
You've got your Bletchingers out there.
Oh, you got your Bletchingers. It's funny you say that. I was talking about that sumbitch last night with the fake screen used knife that was $5,000 worth. Apparently, that was just the biggest amount of bullshit ever fucking known with regards to a screen one used item. I swear, but
not the right type of knife. The paperwork made no sense. There was signatures from companies that didn't even exist at the time in which it was signed.
Yeah.
Like, but unfortunately, some people get that fear of missing out. You see it and you go, that's amazing. I can't risk not getting it. And you go for it.
Yeah.
And you make a mistake.
That's true. Didn't that chap manage to get his money back in the end?
He did. He did thankfully manage to get his money back.
Yeah, $5,000 for something that wasn't even what it was meant to be. And on top of that, it was meant to be a wedding present? Shit, man.
Yes, he purchased it with the intentions, I guess, of it being a wedding gift to his wife-to-be.
Yeah.
Or they had just gotten married or something along those lines. But that's it's unfortunate it happened. It's a good thing they got their money back.
Yeah.
But you know, these prop prices have gotten like insane, because if it was a real prop, a Scream 3 stunt knife just sold on eBay from the same person that I got. Well, I didn't get it directly from them, but the Scary Movie from them. Most of the Scream 3 stuff that Nate has and that other collectors had gotten back in those days came directly from this person. He just posted a Scream 3 stunt knife up for sale, and on eBay, so not even an auction house, it sold for about $12,000.
Mm-hmm. With relation to Scream 3, Douglas, did you see the Rena Reynolds file that recently appeared? Because I know who's got it.
There's a few of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so
that's the issue with it. That's a little bit worrisome, because he does have a lot of production materials and screen used materials.
Mm-hmm.
And originally, the collector by the name of Kyle Harvey, who had some other things, he had the file, and he got that machete, the stunt machete, not the bent up one, but I think a normal straight stunt machete. He had those.
The end fight, is that? Let me think. Stunt machete.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the what's it
during
called?
The prop
Sarah
scene.
Darling, and it's Sarah Darling in the prop store.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I'm thinking of the end with.
Yeah, there's all the different prop weapons and.
That's the one. We see all the knives lined up. Yeah.
And then she grabs the machete, hits Ghostface with it, and it just crumples over him.
And it bends,
that one has sold as well recently.
Oh, was it?
That one has, the one that was actually bent. Yeah. But another one of the ones that was just on the table is the one that Kyle ended up with.
Ooh.
And since then, that same seller has come up with several different other Rena Reynolds files. But
really?
Who knows which one is screen used? I think that the handwriting on the file definitely looked very close on Kyle's, if not exact.
Okay.
But it is worrisome that there could be other production copies being passed off as screen use.
Yeah, and that's not right. There's some bitches out there. There really is. There really, when you're doing stuff like that and it's BS in the first place. I mean, things that look the part, yeah, but sell them as replicas. Don't just bullshit it and make people pay their hard-earned money. You know, it's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Says your broken wing says, I spoke to Kyle about it when I saw the listing, and Scream Ghost. I just got my Scream used row valued by the prop shop, and the price was insane. Jesus Christ, man.
Let's hear it, Scream Ghost. I've had pretty insane offers on my robe as well.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever sell it, but you know, I mean, if something terrible happened, maybe. But realistically, from first of all, just the price I paid versus what it would be worth.
Yeah.
I don't foresee myself parting with something like that, because how can you get another one?
Mm-hmm.
You know, personally, I don't know about you, Tim, but I mean, neither of us are made of money. Neither of us have built up our collections because we've got a pocket full of cash.
It's true.
I got this thing, most expensive thing I've bought for sure, but it took me selling a majority of my collection to get it.
Yeah.
And I still paid what is now a small percentage of what it's worth, but I would not pay the auction prices, regardless of if I had the money or not. I personally wouldn't pay the auction prices for these things.
Well, look at that EU stamp that just sold from Scream 6. $27,000 and $500 on top of it. What the hell? Not that it's a bad thing for a charity, but God, it's an EU stamp. You know, all right, so it's in Scream 6 and it's got.
It at least does look to be like maybe a killer mask, because it does have the proper modifications this time. It's not the stab mask.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not like the plastic one before. I mean, at the end of the day, the plastic one was what it was, and it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but at least, yeah, as you say, at least this time it's a killer mask and it's an EU. But yeah, 27.
Yeah, I don't think the plastic one was bad. It's still really, really cool. But I mean, obviously, when people see like an auction like that, they want the killer mask to be auctioned.
They do, yeah, of course they do. They want one of the main ones. It says there. Let's look at the
and
chat,
to think,
Douglas. Have a look. Have a look at your chat. Have a look at your chat. Screen Ghost says it's going nowhere. He's not selling it, but he hasn't told us a value.
Yeah.
But Broken Wings Hope, she says, she tried to tell the seller it wasn't screen use, but he wouldn't have it. I was speaking to her last night for quite a while, and she said it was having none of it, but could you ask Douglas about my mystery Gen 1, Gen 2 mask? It's been bugging me all day. Yeah, this is something with Norwegian Scream. Stefan, he was showing me pictures of a mask last night, and 20 to 30k it was valued. Fucking hell, did you hear that? 20 to 30k. And that's English, I'm guessing. But Norwegian Scream though, yes, Stefan. He's got I don't know, Stefan, I would seriously recommend that you send Douglas the images that you sent me. He just has a weird Gen 2 that doesn't have. He thought it was a fantastic, but there's no single dot or small dot. There's no multi-dots that are like a normal multi-dot. There's no double dimple, and there's no splotch. And it's not an oddball either, so it's a bit of a weird mask.
It sounds like it's probably a Gen 2 or maybe an
that's
HN,
what I thought.
You know?
I thought it was a Gen 2. He showed me the pictures, and I says, is there mold scars, is there this, or the guidelines, whatever we call them these days. So I'd say, Stefan, go to Drown Boy on YouTube or go to Douglas on Facebook, and you send him the images that you sent
Instagram's probably going to be one of the easiest ways. Facebook or Instagram, either one.
Yeah. You heard what he said, Norwegian. You heard what he said, Stefan. You send him something on Instagram, and Douglas will have a gander. But yeah, it's a peculiar mask. I suspected a possible multi-dot at first, but then all the angles he was showing me on pictures and video, I was like, that is not a multi-dot. It's more Gen 2 to me. But I don't know, Douglas, this is where you can come in sometimes and go, I've got a mask just like this, or you've seen a mask like it before, but I've not personally seen one like it. So whether he's got...
Well, I mean, as we all know, Tim, Ghostspace is always keeping us surprised.
Yeah. Ain't he just... What's your opinion, Douglas? Now we've got you live. What's your opinion on the Cryptic gauze returning?
I am ecstatic to see it returning. I think that a lot of people are unhappy with it because the type of material they're using is more of like the thinner, paperier, I guess would be the best way to describe it, type gauze, whereas previously it was that really ratty, creepy cloth is technically what it was called at that point in time.
Yeah.
So I think now it's actually closer to being more gauze-like, but I like both. I think they both look great. Seeing it in the standard EU is awesome. I think maybe if they did like some airbrushing on the shroud in the same way that they did with the original Cryptic, that might tie it together a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I think it looks awesome, and I think that, as we know, it's going to vary. Like the amount of fabric and how it's patterned is going to vary between each and every one.
Yeah. There'll be differences. Just like the zombies as an example, there's always more differences. They're not always exactly the same, are they? But yeah.
No.
Hey, Samir's in the chat. Hello, Tim and Douglas. Hope you're doing well. For me, it's not about the money.
Shout out to Samir Ghazi.
Yeah, Mr. Samir is here. Hey, Samir, look what I found. This will get him interested. Look what I found, Samir. He was asking about a collector's edition costume recently. And I went into the loft thinking there wasn't any, and I actually found an extra one down in this office. So yeah, we'll have to have a chat with Samir at one point. But yeah. Well, Douglas, you bloody surprised me today, I must say, with a Randy Death Scene costume or the outfit. Jesus Christ, man. What the hell are you going to pull out your
like I
backside
said,
next?
I don't know, Tim. Where does it go from here? Because I mean, realistically, I've through trading and meeting so many awesome people in this community, helping other people get what they want,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. I've managed to pretty much get everything I ever could have realistically wanted as a collector. I mean, obviously there's amazing Scream 1 pieces that we could dream about, but even then, I don't think that that's going to happen unless some cast or crew member comes along and gifts me something from their collection, or
That's
they
true.
decide to private sell it. I don't see it happening because those things are just so crazy expensive. And a lot of the cool stuff is already owned by people like Mr. Corey Hirsch. So
you Mr.
acquiring
Corey.
something like that would be pretty much impossible, I feel like. But
Yeah.
I'm extremely happy with what I've gotten. I've got possibly, if the HN is screen used, I technically would have a screen used mask from the series.
Yeah.
And I've got Randy's death costume and finally a Ghostface knife.
That's true, yeah. That's true, yeah. The only thing with Corey, he's got a hell of a collection. And of course, he's got most of the original KMBs, which is, God, just to see one of them in front of you would be an honour. But
right?
the trouble with Corey is camera shy, and he just don't want to do it, does he? So to do what you're doing now, he's just not going to do it. But you imagine, just seeing the stuff he's got, and he's even got the swing, and he's even got the grill from the stove, and all the stuff he's got
bookcase.
from Scream 1.
Doesn't he have Casey Becker's bookcase too?
That's it. He got the bookcase. I was like, God, why don't you just move in the bloody ass? If he won the lottery, he'd be buying the house.
If he could, I'm sure he would. Could you imagine, Tim, how awesome it would be if, I mean, obviously this is a pipe dream, but let's say, maybe Nate, me, and Corey start buying lottery tickets and we somehow hit it big and we're able to purchase the Scream house and put my collection, Nate's collection, and Corey's collection in that house like a museum.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how awesome that would be?
That would be absolutely nuts. And then all of a sudden, this English prick would win the lottery over here, and he'd put his little gold mask up in the top bedroom.
Yeah.
And his mask that's not allowed to be seen with the other two masks. And yeah. But essentially, I mean, end of the day, I don't have screen used items as such. Well, a couple of masks off the set of Resurrection, but that's about it. With Ultra Whites and the EU.
I mean, that's only $20,000 here and there, Tim. Nothing to worry about.
It's nothing. I mean, end of the day, it's an ultra white. It's not exactly screen matched, and you can't line it up in like the dancing scenes or the party scenes. But it is what it is.
I'll tell you what, Tim. I don't think it would matter because these people pay crazy numbers. There's one of the regular Fun World style plastic MTV Scream Brandon James mask that's also up for sale on that auction.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Before this started, it had not sold. I don't know what it's going to sell for, but there were a handful of those that have sold. And if it sells for some crazy number like the other one does, I mean, I think that would be pretty solid evidence that it doesn't matter if it's a hero mask, if it's a background mask, if it's a production mask from Scream. I guess it's money.
I suppose so. I mean, what I've got very basic LOAs, as in an A4 bit of paper with some squiggle on it. But at the same time, it's got his signature of RJ saying it is what it is. But with regards to your types of stuff, I mean, that Randy one just as one example. And what Nate owns, and of course what Corey owns, Jesus Christ, it's mind-blowing. Absolutely fucking mind-blowing. And as you said, if that pipe dream, could exist for whatever reason, inheritance, money, whatever. God, you imagine the amount of fans that would flock to that house, and just to look.
I would love to make it happen. I really hope that we get to do at some point in the future another Scream Comes Home type event, and maybe this time things won't go wrong.
Yes, and you won't get shit on this time, Douglas. Yeah.
It would be awesome to see at least. I don't know if we could convince Corey to do it. Probably not. And to be fair with his collection and how much that must be worth, I understand.
Yeah,
but
true.
I know that at least Nate and I and maybe Meggie would be willing to bring our collections out so that the fans can see it and check out all this cool stuff in public.
Yeah, you'd be watching them like hawks as well, but with the proper fans, that are respectable. Yeah. With the proper fans that are respectable, you won't have to worry. But there's always that worry. What if some little swine just want to just grab this or just want to grab that?
Oh, well, we would have security. There'd be some cameras set up. You know, nobody's getting in and out of there easy with anything.
Exactly. Yeah, you'd have a ghost face on guard, basically.
Yeah.
Where you going? Come here.
We'll get Lee to do it. We'll get Lee to do it.
We'll get Lee.
He can dress up in costume and guard everything.
Yeah. Go on then, Lee. You're going to relive some memories here. Right, remember that stabbing motion? Yeah, you can do it for real. You get to live it.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, it was good. It's good. Bloody hell. Well, there we go then, Douglas. There we go. So Mr. Little has been talking for 1 hour and 5 minutes, and we have had some extremely good stuff in those 1 hour 5 minutes. So
yeah, only a few pieces. I guess I'll see real quick if there's anything else that's worth showing before we hop out of here.
Come on.
I don't know if I showed this last time. Mr. Nate gifted this to me.
Oh.
This is the one and only Scream 3 props pass that was owned by property master Skip Crank.
Mr. Crank. He's got his little
and this
Power
can be
Peralta
seen.
skeleton as well. Holy shit.
That's right. And his bloody thumbprint on the back.
Oh, you little shit. Okay, put it in the box. We'll have one of it. Look at that. That's nice.
Yes. This is featured in the Still Screaming documentary, and I think there's even some behind-the-scenes stuff in Scream 4, or some versions, that shows the hyena gallery, I think.
Yeah, the hyena, yeah.
And if so,
that's in there, is it?
This can be seen in the hyena gallery, yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Skip Crank, he's gone through some stuff over the years, hasn't he? Especially with regards to Nate getting it. And JP Jones, I'd love to see what he's got behind the scenes. Jesus Christ, man.
Funny enough, the whole way that the costume, the Randy Death costume, even came about is probably kind of because of the whole Nate and Skip situation. Not too long ago, Skip finally decided to part with his final screen-used Scream mask that he's held on to. Really? And yes, it was a Scream 3 opening scene Ghostface mask. So the one when Cotton and his girlfriend are getting killed was that mask.
Ooh.
And Nate had offered it to me in private sale.
Right.
And I won't say how much it was, but you can use your imagination. It was not cheap.
Yes.
And I thought, do I go for it? Do I pass on it? And I decided I'm going to see if I can't go for it. And so I started trying to sell some stuff, posted up things for sale on Instagram. And whenever I started posting up things for sale to pursue it, that's when the person who had the Scream Randy Death Scene costume reached out to me and said, hey, I'm ready.
Typical.
And so I had to choose.
Yes.
Do I go for Hero Mask from Scream 3 or my favorite character's Death Scene costume? And
go for the
I think
costume.
I chose properly. Yeah.
You did. But if Nate still got it, there may be an opportunity in the future.
It sold. It did sell to another collector, unfortunately. I'm not unfortunately as to who it went to, but it's unfortunate I couldn't get it. But I mean, you can't win them all, and I'm certainly happy with what I do have.
Oh no! Well, you got every right to be. Every right to be. Jesus, that must take some displaying on the wall, and I can see why you was careful bringing it down now. But at least it's not
it's
breakable.
Large, heavy display case.
Yeah, at least it's a case that's breakable and not the costume, so to speak. But out of a good piece. Out of a good piece. Jesus Christ, man. It's nuts, isn't it?
I guess we'll check the chat, and then after that I'll head out, huh?
Okay. Bloody hell.
Let's see. Not too much. Scream Ghost says nothing's impossible. I absolutely agree.
Yes.
Most of the things I have, I thought I would never own, and here we are.
Yeah,
so it's possible.
True. Bloody hell.
Never dreamed of owning a real Ghostface robe, and it happened.
That's true.
I know you've been wanting one, because he even asked me quite a few times about my robe, and I couldn't budge on it.
Well, for good reason, though. For good reason. But yeah, Mr. Stefan, so happy to have you in our community, Douglas. If only you were here during the Star Jerk era. Don't get started on that prick.
Oh,
yeah.
What's the Star Jerk era? Let's hear about this. Is this another collector, an old school collector?
We can touch on this briefly. The Star Jerk era was a little moment in time where on michaelmyers.net, of all the forums, there was a other horror section, and in the other horror section there was a chap called Star Jerk, who apparently worked on film sets of some sort, or TV sets. He worked somewhere on some sort of crew, apparently. So his time was limited, and basically he had intentions of making accurate sparkle robes, casting book knives, and casting, or should I say recasting, fantastic faces types. He would then put many a picture online, which was many a picture of all different angles of the costume and the gloves and basically everything you could see on a costume, that would at them times be quite impressive because nobody else was really doing anything of that. No PES, no screen robes, no ghost robe, no nothing. About 2006, 7 or 8 sort of era, maybe 2009 at the latest. Anyway, he was basically selling these remade or replica masks with shrouds, these costumes. Some people would just purchase a mask with a shroud, which was a recast fantastic. And for the most part, there wasn't the worst thing ever done, but he never sort of delivered with a lot of the stuff that he was claiming to sell. Yet the money would go from the accounts and people would not receive shit. Now, me being younger and dumber back then, I wanted one of these masks, which I thought at the time, I didn't always click on they were recasted. I just saw the mask and thought, yeah, it looks the part, I'll have one, how much? And he said £70 shipped. I says, okay, not bad deal, here's the money, tell me when he sent it. Never ever, even to this day, never came. Maybe FedEx swiped it, who knows? With the #1 mask and everything
Probably
else.
not.
Who knows, yeah, but at the time, he messed a lot of people about. The images that he put out there, they looked the part, but they weren't ever sort of received among many people. I think there was only a couple of people that ever received things, and some seemed to be happy, and some seemed to be in two minds. But anyone that was basically ordering a mask, myself included, didn't get the mask, didn't get this shrouded put on it. Yeah, there was all these pictures of him doing the processes of making the mask, casting the mask, and assembling them, so to speak. So a lot of people were fooled by this star jerk. But to fans in the collector's world at the time, that was like very earlier times back then, they thought he was the bee's bloody knees. But the thing is, he never really delivered on what he was actually putting out there, not to many people anyway. And yeah, he basically sucked arse, so to speak. He was a son of a bitch that just didn't live up to what he was saying, and he pissed off a lot of people. And there's probably even people in the community now that may have a memory of this and say, yeah, that fucker meant to have sent me this, and he meant to have sent me that, and it just didn't. Never happened, you know. But for the pictures and for even the way he modelled the picture and the mask he wore and, you know, the mask he recast, it just looked so good. And for fans at that time, it was one of the probably earliest sparkle robes available that seemed to look in par with what we saw in the films. I'm sure now, if anybody actually had one somewhere and looked at the costume, there'd be a major difference compared to what Clive does and Screen Rose and Pez and whoever else. But yeah, Starjerk was a name that was bittersweet with many fans because he just fucked them around, quite frankly. And
It's always unfortunate to hear about that.
Yeah, people just didn't get what they paid for.
Because it seems to happen a lot.
It does, yeah, even back then. But yeah.
You have these people come into the community, they can make cool stuff, they prove that they can make this cool stuff, they take on all these orders, and then just grab the money and run.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand what is so damn difficult to these people. Like, if you have the artistry, you have the ability to make it, just fucking do the job.
Yeah.
Because you're providing a service to people that will make them happy, and you can make a living off of doing your craft. So
Yeah,
I don't see why it has to be so difficult, but it happens in the Myers hobby and the Slipknot hobby and all these different groups where there's somebody that will come along, they're great, take on a bunch of orders because everybody wants to get something from them because of how nice the quality is.
Yeah.
And then they drag it out, and then just leave eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. I have heard the name Star Jerk, and I think that I've seen an old Ultimate Screen message board post back when that was up and we used to scroll through there.
Yep.
I think I remember seeing the name there.
Yeah.
But I mostly remember the name because he did do Michael Myers mask recasts as well. I think there was a 75 Kirk that was named like the Star Jerk.
Yes.
That was out for a while.
Yeah. He was here and there in the Myers community and the Screen communities, and yes, he was a registered user on USMB. And I think even briefly he came onto my forum because I said, look, if you're going to piss about, mate, quite frankly, FO. And the
I
amount
was
of
gonna
time,
say you got rid of that real quick.
I did get rid of it real quick because I mean, 70 quid was 70 quid, but I was like, where the hell's the mask? You know, you're saying and saying and saying it's sent out, you're going to do this, and nothing ever, even to this day, nothing ever came. And I was like, God, why can't these, as you say, why can't these people just say, look, if they're going to do this and they're capable of doing it and they're doing a good job? Again, that's before I even used to speak to RJ years before. So again, young and dumb didn't realise we was breaking some rules, but yeah, he never really delivered much. That was a bad thing, and people were ripped off and out of pocket and pissed off, and it was just you know, yeah, don't trust this bloke. Watch out for the username. And yeah, he put the exact same pictures on USMB as he did on my forum, as he did on michaelmyers.net, and as he did probably elsewhere as well. But yeah, if that name ever does pop up, even in these times, then just be wary. Although I don't think it's going to pop up, and it's probably just a distant memory.
Probably wouldn't be the same name if he came back up.
Yeah, this is the thing. Probably be Jerkstar or something stupid. I don't know. But,
seems a bit more accurate.
It's definitely a jerk. I know that. It's definitely a jerk, but he's a prick and he's many things. But I don't know the full story. Maybe he had his reasons, but then again, maybe.
So you would say he's one of these then?
Oh yeah, he's one. Yeah, oh, Douglas, put it away. Yeah, he's one of those. He's one of those. The back of a pumpkin mask chin. Right, but okay, Douglas, we've done another 12 minutes.
I'll show you your mask, and we'll run.
Let's see that mask. Let's see that mask.
Oh, so this mask is coming to you from me, but it's courtesy of Mr. Samir Ghazi.
Okay.
Because I already have one, and Samir sent me duplicates. And when he sends me anything, he always tells me, Douglas, feel free to sell it, trade it, give it away, whatever you want. And I've given away a fair bit of the stuff he sent me.
Okay.
And that's usually what I try to do. And since you don't have one, there you go. I mean, it's a 2016 EU, and it has no holes in the shroud. There's not a whole lot else special to say about it. But because it has the history of being a slightly unique type, I figured you would appreciate it.
Oh, of course. Has it got any smell on it?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
It does. It has a sweet smell to it.
Ooh, okay.
More akin to like the classic vanilla scent, oddly enough.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think to smell this one when he sent it.
Like the 90s one, yeah. Any label on the outside of the shroud, or was it inside? Anything inside of it?
There is
There you
inside.
go. Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Inside, you've got the Fun World stuff. You've got manufacturing date January to March 2016.
Ah, nice, nice.
So
thank you very much.
there you go. And you can't see it at all, but there's no holes in the shroud, so it was never tagged. That's the easiest way to tell it was a factory mask.
Oh yeah, when there's no holes. Yeah. Yeah, nice.
But yeah, there you go.
Thank you very much. Screen Ghost says to check your DMs.
I will. Right after this video, I have another video to film.
Okay.
So I will be busy after that, but I will get to you, Scream Ghost. And I guess we'll wrap this up. Mr. Gunner said, love when you two collaborate on these live videos. Really enjoy the chat and collections. And I agree. It's always a fun time chatting with him.
It is.
Having him call me a son of a bitch and a swine. And, you know.
You son of a bitch. That comes from Wild Hogs, that does, the way it's said. Wild Hogs want the best film, but yeah, it always makes me laugh when they say it like that. But yeah, there's some bitch. And them sound clips earlier on the stream, oh my god. That I used to have on my Twitch, that I've actually put back on my Twitch now. But yeah, but that's Smoking the Bandit for you, my favourite ever film. But well, no, thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on, Douglas. Thank you for...
It was a pleasure as always.
Revealing what you did.
For those of you who watch, don't say anything about that costume now. We're going to try and keep it a surprise when we do that video with Jamie. So nobody go message him or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, keep it on the down low, as they say. Keep it on the down low. Be quiet. Okay, we'll see you soon, Mr. Douglas.
It's great chatting as always, Tim. See you soon.
See you later. There we go. Let's get the ugly cam back up. There you go. I can take me. I normally don't do this. I always forget to take the headphones out. But there we go. We're back onto standard camera again. It's actually a GoPro. People know this anyway. You can just see the stream screen there as well. The streaming software and another image of myself. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Jesus Christ, man. It's been how long have we been going? Been out 3 hours 10 minutes of stream. Bear in mind there was a few minutes of Dewey's theme at the start, but only a few minutes. But yeah, there we go. That's sort of your latest information. To see that Randy costume, bloody hell, Jesus! I never knew he had that. I mean, he's recently acquired it. Fine, it's not been in the collection long, but he's already got it hanging up in the background. And yeah, conveniently placed as well for obvious reason. But look at that, the death costume, so to speak, of Randy. And that was always a painful death. That was always a painful death. Just like Scream 5 with Dewey, it's like, you bastards, you bastards. But what I like with Dewey throughout the films 1, 2, 3, 4 is that Wes always knew that it was a character that was much loved, just like the rest of the trio, Nev and Courtney. And yeah, I always think that Wes kept him going on purpose, Sort of, he knew that the fans would be pissed after Scream 2's, Randy death, and he knew that the fans would be bitching and moaning. And although, yeah, you have to do things in films and to make it more reality and, believable, but yeah, Dewey going was just, it's even to me now, it's unacceptable. Like, they shouldn't have done that. But yeah, Randy was always the first one where you're like, you bastards, what are you doing? Why? And to see him reappear in Scream 3, cleverly done as they did, yeah, it was nice, of course, because they knew damn well that people missed him and they wanted to see him again. I mean, that was probably the only legitimate way to do it, wasn't it? On an old video, what he'd already filmed at Windsor College, and there you go, they're sat there watching it and listening to his advice. But, how did Randy know that the killer was going to return? But, that's what being a film geek probably gets you thinking, isn't it? So he wanted to be prepared, did what he did, and we saw Randy again. And then Scream 4, of course, there's just no mention, hardly, of him. There was some, but not a lot. And then Scream 5. That's the one thing with Scream 5 I didn't mind, is they had them big pictures, and Heather was back, Randy's sister. And I thought, yeah, at least they've got the Meeks family in there somewhere, At least they're paying proper respect to that. But I just wish they'd gone a bit more respect with regards to Dewey and David Arquette, And I always remember reading the rumour that Courtney Cox was literally begging the directors, apparently, to keep him alive. And then they said on an interview online somewhere that they did a shot of, and they said, if you can even call it a shot, something along them lines, some footage of the basically some legs on the end of a bed, and yeah, he's going to be fine, and this and that and the other, where it could be possible that Dewey actually survived. But I don't know, who knows, but it always pisses me off, that one. Alright then, Kyle says he's heading off. I have to head off to make dinner, see you on the next. Right brother he's going, you what? The brother thing is something he knows about with regards to somebody at my workplace. But yeah, there we go. We'll have to probably just do the normal count out again, I suppose. Just, is this going to play? Let's see if this plays. Not sure if this is going to play as I'm talking. Is it going to go? I do love this music. Is that coming across? It is coming across. He shouldn't be dead. He shouldn't be dead. How you doing, Halloween enthusiast? Is that Mr. Zach? I can't remember who that is now. Probably gonna get pulled for copyright at this time, at this point in time. Best theme in the whole franchise. It is. Yeah. I mean, okay, it was Broken Arrow originally, but it still fitted Dewey very well. And it was a perfect match in my opinion. Perfect match. But the scenes that went with this music as well also matched perfectly with him and Gail. And meeting Sydney again, checking up on her at Windsor College. It just, yeah. I just wish that Wes was still here and he was just having the impact that he used to have on the films, because although people have some respect and, you know what the fans like in many ways, it just doesn't got Wes's touch anymore, has it? For obvious reason, but it hasn't got Wes's touch, and it's much miss. Much miss. Yeah, you need to get watching the latest film, Halloween in Vintage promo shirts, but yeah. There you go. This one's probably going to get pulled straight away. Let me just...
You're so stubborn.
Oh, hang on a minute, I'm pressing the wrong button here. Let's have a look. Come here, little swine. History. Yeah, this was something that gets me a bit.
What are you smiling about? Dude, I almost had you.
That's a damn good song, this one. Coming home. Not really scream, but bloody good song. Just in case of copyright, man, I've got to mute the damn thing, but Jesus, that's a damn good song, that. A damn good song. Can I add you on Steam? You know what? I don't know what I am on Steam anymore. I think it's Ghostface TJW. Let's have a look. What am I? Oh, it's Ghostface. Yeah, Ghostface TJW on Steam. Yeah, that's correct. But yeah, Paul Walker. I know it's fucking hell. That'll be 9 years this year, for God's sake. End of the month, that'll be 9 years. And it was a very weird year in 2013 because there was good and bad happening. And for me, the good was going to New York and meeting RJ, and also the good was going to a 30-year anniversary of Auf Wiedersehen Pet, the English TV show from the 80s when it started. But so we had two lots of good, and then basically like 6 weeks after going back from New York, and New York was hell of a time, obviously, we then lost Paul Walker, and God, it fucking impacted me in many ways. This is someone that you've never met, you know, but has these impacts on people around the world. And I swear now, even to this day, people on the globe just bloody mourn that chap, because it was just he was what he was, wasn't he? He was just a giving person and bloody much loved person, and all he ever did was things for other people. And anyone like that is always going to be looked on in full respect and very highly. But yeah, his impact is what makes me want to be better sometimes, you know. If you could be something along the lines of his attitude and his power with regards to how he came across and how he helped, that's what I want to be, you know. That's what I want to be. I don't know. It's fucking hell. It makes you wonder sometimes, you know, why the hell are we even here? I mean, when you're not even born, what are you? You're nothing. There's nothing of a person, is there? Then you get born and you're something. And of course, you grow and you age and you do what you do. And it's very weird how the human existence is. You start off not being able to hardly move, talk, breathe. You know, you go to the toilet, it's nappies. And then you get out of that and you get independent, and, you know, you're walking and you're mobile, and, you know, for the most part, not everyone's so lucky. But yeah, you grow and you learn and you do whatever you do in life. And then all of a sudden, life goes the opposite way again. And your body starts aching or hurting or, you know, whatever it is. And it's like, yeah, you're born, you're fresh, you have the use of your body, you develop, you mature in some respects, and you're fully mobile, you're in your prime as they call it, and then all of a sudden you start bloody deteriorating. And next thing you know, some of these unfortunate old people, and many people in the world, of course, you can hardly move, or you can't walk, or you can't run, or you can only just do a jog, or and whether you've smoked or done drugs or whatever it is, or even had a bad accident, you basically sort of go like that, get on a level, and then you go down again. And you're like, God, is this what life is? Is this why we're here? Yeah. But yes, it's still streaming. I also sent you pictures of the blue spots on the bootlegs. Okay, alright. Well, let me head off then. Again, I could ramble all bloody night, but I don't need to be boring the shit out of people. So, yeah, I should do my usual count out, as we call it, just to make sure I don't cut myself off as I'm halfway through a sentence. So I'll do the count. And, yeah, thank you all for watching and listening. So, yeah. What's this? We lost Tony Sly from the band No Use for a Name in 2012, and Ryan Dunn. I remember Ryan Dunn going in that Porsche. In 2011, we lost some great ones in the 2010s. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And we've lost many more since as well. And this is the thing, isn't it? It isn't always car accidents. It isn't always illness. It's just, it can be all sorts of things, Such is bloody life, isn't it? Such is bloody life. I can see bloody cat ears floating about. But yeah, we'll see you soon. I will count out, but thank you to everyone that's watched and listened. Back to work tomorrow, so there's always a downside, isn't there? But yeah, just good news with coffin coolers, good news with Cryptics, good news with other items coming. But yeah, definite confirmation. It will be an EU stamp on the Cryptic gauze. It's simple as that. But we'll see you soon. Take it easy. And I'm just going to stay silent and count out. So we'll see you soon. Thank you, Hope, if she's still here. I don't know if she's still here. But thank you, Hope, for tuning in. I had a good chat with that young lady. Yeah, good collector.